I was just listening to a song called Get Jiggy.
Were you listening to a song by Will Smith?
He sings? Wait, what?
Peachy,
The only song I've ever heard Will Smith sing is Prince Ali.
Peachy, have you never seen Men in Black?
I vaguely remember the first movie. I don't think I was really
He
kind
has
of
a
young when I
whole
saw it.
song he did specifically.
He sang in
Men
the movie?
Black.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Phone now. Will Smith, Men in Black.
Why?
I've never felt more old. In Peachy's
Fresh Prince, yes. Oh yeah, he did sing Fresh Prince
Will
of Bel
Smith
Air.
sings?
That's kind of rapping
That's
though.
how he started.
I'm touching my eye, by the way. Something flew in it, and it's not going away. So that's why.
Anybody Peachy's age or younger, Will Smith was a rapper, an R&B artist.
Before Jada took his balls and he won't do anything
Oh
anymore.
my god!
Oh
Hello,
my God,
Green.
that's
Hello.
I
Andy.
want to talk about that, but I also want to put it in the grave and bury it alive. Like I am so done with Jada.
I would
Pinkett
like
Smith.
to talk about that, especially like here's what I will tell anybody in the chat that loves me. And you guys have been all very sweet. I'm gonna state this now. Tomorrow night, you will hear all the gritty details about my very shitty week. But I do not want to make this all about me tonight. So, because Faye and Peachy have listened to me whine, that's why we're late. Because
He wasn't whining.
No.
they
If you
listened-
want to talk about it, we will. I would love to talk about it.
and I think next week after I want because we got some good stuff to talk. You have Peachy's brought up a lot of really good stuff that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But both of them have been extremely kind and loving and gentle with me. But everyone here, you all know that tomorrow night is animal night. We will talk about it then. But that's why we were late, and that's why I look like I gained back all the weight that I lost. Because I have cried myself to swelling this week, and it's been pretty rough. Oh, I will, Rachel. Yeah, I am worried that I'm gonna get an influx of shit this week in a good way, not a bad.
Okay.
But that's why we were late. Also, we were sharing some issues. We all had a little bit of stuff to talk about. Plus, I had to do. So now that we have done it, I do think. Do we want to do Faye? Question: do we want to do the video first, or since we've already gone into the Will Smith topic, who wants to talk about the psychopath first?
I don't want to talk about Will Smith and his. I don't want to.
I think we can brief it and just kind of give our opinions and take on it.
I've talked about it a lot, and I actually talked about it last week.
Oh, did
in
you?
the podcast? Yes.
Here's what I will say. The kids, this explains them very much now.
Yeah.
We always wondered why, with such stable parents and loving home, how did these two kids come out that level of fucked up?
You know they let their son leave their house at 16, right?
Huh?
They let their son move out at 16.
She got together with Jaden's
she had
the best friend at the time. I was like, what is
she had an entanglement? Thank you.
Cradle robbing? Like, oh, Faye, you're not the only one that's so sick of her. And people are like, why is she coming out now? Why is she because of her stupid book?
No,
she's using.
I know exactly what it is. I think the book is definitely helpful. She wants to punish Will Smith.
For what? What?
She never wanted to marry him. She said at the intent. She has been saying this for years. She
leave
never.
Him. Oh my Lord! Just leave
went
him.
down the aisle crying because she did not want to marry him, and still married him. Okay, and so this is, in my opinion, I know vindictive women like this. I know people like this. She felt because Tupac was dead that she had to marry Will. I really do feel this. And she is mad at Will. And so because she is stuck with him and because he is now a bigger star than her, she has to punish him. She
also knows she can get away with it because Will Smith doesn't believe in divorce.
Will Smith was dragged kicking and screaming from his first marriage. And he has done nothing but be a good husband no matter what she's done. And so what does she keep doing? She keeps escalating it. She keeps escalating. That video where she traps him in the house and chases him down, when she first talks about the entanglement and they talk about separating for a little while on Red Table Talk. Then next thing you know, she's revealing in the book. And the thing is, now she's swapping back and forth because she claimed that they have been separated this whole time. And then right after, she even gaslights Hoda. She's like, no, I didn't say we're still separated. No, we're working things out now. And Hoda's like,
Lord. And we've come to a point where no one even feels bad for Will Smith. We can't anymore. It's not even pity. It's just, what do you?
No, because that's him living up. So Will Smith had explained in a video before why he doesn't agree with the divorce, why he doesn't believe in it, and why he like stays committed to a relationship. So in his mind, like, should he probably leave? Yes. Will he probably leave? No. Because in his mind, like, his wife is his wife, and that's it. Like Starson said, his last marriage, he left kicking and screaming because he didn't file for divorce. She did. And until Jada decides to file for divorce and actually make it a thing, Will's not going to do it. He's going to buckle down and suffer because he believes that that is it. His wife is his wife. They made that commitment and there's no leaving it.
I feel really bad for him.
He is a true traditional man. He is what most women want in a husband. But the problem is, I think one of the reasons Jada is punishing Will is because he's not Tupac. And because he's not Tupac.
What did Tupac must have had something.
Yeah, his dick and Jada. And guess what? He dead now. The only thing he has is 2 bullets in a grave. And so the problem is...
Damn!
Stop pining over a man who's been dead for 30 years, bitch. You got another one who's a
He is forever now a time capsule.
Exactly.
Like, she doesn't know what he would be like 20 years from now.
The thing is,
he could have been another Will Smith.
Tupac brought her this giant-ass bouquet of roses, but he did not want a relationship with her. He is the definition.
Why would he buy her roses then?
He bought her roses because that is what toxic people do when they want to keep you under their thumb, but never want to commit.
Just enough to want to, like, just enough that you want to stay. Just enough to keep you from leaving.
Why?
That's it. They're just
why do they want him? They just like the attention.
Like, it's just like that. They hand you crumbs. Because, you're hungry? Here you go. You hungry? Here you go.
Here you go. I don't really. I have a friend. Okay, and I was just literally. All right, so I have a friend. I love her. She's a sweet kid, 21 years old. She had this guy. They were dating. They get engaged. A week before the wedding, he says, I can't commit. This is too much. Okay. He leaves, goes and sows his wild oats. She says, fine, we're done. She finds another relationship. He comes back. She takes him back.
What?
No. This is just the beginning. Okay. This is just the beginning. She takes him back, but they're not official. He's not ready to commit. He asks her to have a baby with him, but not his girlfriend. Okay. She comes and she visits him. He lives 5 hours from where we are. When she got there, he said, I know you were coming, but I have made plans to see my guys tonight so you can just chill here. He goes, hangs out with his bros, leaves his situationship at home. So she turns around, goes back here. Okay. He comes and visits her a couple of weeks later. She finds out on his phone, he still has saved videos of a girl he had sex with. Okay. She gets upset, breaks it off. Couple of weeks or months later, they make up again. She finds out, now they're officially boyfriend and girlfriend. She finds out he is still talking to and sexting and still has the video of this girl on his phone. They break up again. Says he ain't no shit. She takes him back again. This was only a couple of weeks ago. Finds out he is on Bumble and Tinder, talking up other girls. She broke off a few weeks ago. Guess who she's back with today at the beach? And she, when I tell you, is out of his league. She is a literal 8, and he is a 2 at best. He's not good looking. He's not a nice person. He's not loyal. He ain't even that good in bed. But guess where he's got her? Because how could this 2 keep throwing her back unless there's something valuable about him and less valuable about her. And that's what Tupac was doing. Because
So it's a power trip.
It's a power trip. When there are people who thrive off of knowing someone wants them. And they may even want that person back. But they love the idea that that person's never going to leave. They will give
Or
up.
you have people who try to make the person stay. Back in high school, I was dating, or not dating, I knew this girl who I was friends with. And she was dating this guy who was a few years older than us. I think we were like juniors. And he had a baby with someone. And we're talking about like a younger child. And it was a high school teenage pregnancy type situation. So he had a baby, but he was trying to do the right thing and wanted to have a relationship with this child. And my friend kept getting her heart broken because every time they got back together, 2 or 3 weeks, they'd be broken up again. Why? The baby mama would not let him see his child if he was dating anyone else. So he'd break up with her. She'd be fine if he was single, find out that he was back with his girlfriend, cut him off from the child. He'd break up with his girlfriend so he could see his kid, be single for a while, get back, and it was just an endless cycle.
Sounds like a Ross and Rachel situation.
Yes,
I felt bad for him.
I feel bad for him just hearing about it.
That is
insecure. High school. It's high school though.
But the thing is, there are people I know that are my age still doing that shit. It is immaturity and it's insecurity. And the thing is, like, all right, let's see. So we got people talking about it. Esteban said this happens in gay relationships a lot. Had ex try to come back when I moved on? Yes, because they can't stand the idea of it. Let's see. Had a toxic dude that tried doing shit like that, and I was like, we done. Went on a dating track star, and he tries moseying up. I straight said, why are you here? We broke up months ago. And that's something like, you know, you will find. I had a guy that was chasing me hard when I was with Just First with Starman. And he and I were really close friends. Like we had become very friendly online. And he started making very serious sexual advances towards me. And he was only like an hour or two away. And I was like, I am in a committed relationship. We're planning on getting married. You can't be talking this way. And when he found out Starman and I were getting married, I wanted to invite him to the wedding because he had moved on. He was with a girl. He said, well, I can't lie. If I get invited to the wedding, I'm going to try to steal the bride. He said, and I'm not joking. I will try to kiss you in front of everybody. And I'm like, you're not invited. And so it's like some people
find a relationship, Peachy. They're great.
I have a similar story.
Good Lord.
Hey.
I have a similar story.
Oh, tell me. Show me. Tell me how cruel the world is. And Aaron Yeager was right.
So it's not an ex, mind you. But did I ever tell you the story of me trying to invite my mother to my wedding?
Ooh,
oh God.
How did that work out?
To the wedding and steal you?
No!
Speaking of her
nightmare and her nightmares.
Speaking of her not making it to my wedding, I remember specifically saying, because I know the type of shit she'll do. It's like, hey, I'm getting married. Do you want to come? Yes, wants to come, blah, blah. I was like, I'm going to invite you if you can keep your mouth shut. That's what I said to her. If you can go the whole day without causing a problem and keeping your mouth shut on my wedding day, you can come. You know what she told me? She's not coming.
People who are controlling can't help themselves. Sorry, Starman did the cat boxes like literally a half hour ago. This room smelled bad. But some things never change.
Agent, you stay right where you are. You don't leave my Twitch chat. Tell you could leave my Twitch chat.
Lico, you come over here, baby.
You stay in my Twitch chat.
Except for Aaron. No, Aaron even came over here too. But no, here's what I will tell you, because it's relationships can be amazing, and there's two.
Can they though?
They really can. Be. They really can be, because, like, for instance, I've got my nephew's girlfriend, because my nephew's in the Marines right now. He's about to go through one of the hardest whatchamacalls it
Training?
trials through the Marines. His little girlfriend couldn't even wait the 14 weeks while he was on break. She been running around. His mother is a teacher at the school, so she's been skipping his mother's my best friend's classes, so that way she couldn't get caught fucking around with another boy in school.
Okay, I actually have a question. What possesses people to do that with army men, soldiers, and specifically who go away for weeks on end? Like, I genuinely can't wrap my. I've heard stories of people saying, "Oh, we've been in a relationship for like 2 to 3 years, and he had to go away for a few weeks, but then she slept around him." It's like, what possesses people to think that's a?
Because
Because
they think that
they
they're
pick
not getting
immature
what they,
people.
if they think they're not getting what they need at home and they're gone, they can do whatever they want. Some people might have that sort of agreement. Hey, I'm going to be
here's the
gone for like
thing.
2 months. If you want something on the side to handle your needs, go ahead. I have a
I will
friend.
note
who had
my
a
nephew
situation
did
like
not
that.
have that agreement with her.
Yeah, I
Here's
have a
the-
friend who was in
oh.
a similar situation.
Oh, ooh.
And listen, if that's how you want, I do not think it's a good choice, but if that's how you want to operate your relationship, fine. That being said, what it comes down to is they are all young. These are all under 20 kids, okay? He wants to marry this girl. They ain't even been dating a year, okay?
Oh,
And that is peachy, in my opinion, from what I've seen. A lot of young military men find one girl, okay, and they like her a lot, and because they're young and it's hormones,
you like
they
her for
probably-
her personality.
yes, and so they boink,
She
boink,
has a
boink.
good personality.
Yes, he thinks he's in love, doesn't care about all the facts, and that's when they put a baby in a psychopath, and then they spend the next 18 years getting tortured by some girl. Immature red flags are immature red flags. And the thing is, parallel that with my best friend's adoptive son and his girlfriend, who is younger than my nephew's son, okay?
Mhm.
And she is in the same situation as my nephew's girlfriend. Her boyfriend is in the same training camp as my nephew. Okay? She is only 16, this girl. Has been loyal, has got a good head on, doing good grades, sending the boy letters. She is planning her college. She knows what she wants out of life. In my opinion, this is why I'm coming to this, is because the girlfriend of my nephew comes from a broken home. No offense to broken home girls, but not only did she come from a broken home, when she got adopted into a new home, the new parents, they don't work.
Mm.
They take off of everybody. They have handout from everyone. What are you going to give me? What can you donate to me? I need welfare, EBT, Section 8. And they believe stealing's okay. They believe doing a little bit of drugs is okay. And so you've got a child who has no control at home. She has no foundation at home. She has no one telling her right from wrong. She is I'd been separated from my fiance when I had to go to NMC. My mom had cancer and we both didn't sleep. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Esteban. Some people can do it, some people can't. And some people just do it. I firmly believe when you have because her birth mother, massive drug addict, massive alcoholic. Her adoptive mother doesn't give her any foundation, doesn't give her any structure, doesn't give her any goal. No, this is what you can achieve. This is what you can do. See, if you don't find any way of strength and self and self accountability, which this girl lacks any, I do believe that stems from good parents. Like Peachy, I do think your mom took it to the extreme, but your mom pushed at least accountability into you.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I agree. My parents,
Yeah,
the whole thing,
Faye,
but they are good parents.
Yeah, Faye, you had, I believe you said your grandmother and your dad were people that pushed accountability into you.
No, I said that's basically where I learned not to be a total bitch.
I mean, you aren't. Faye's been super sweet to me this week. I will say the two people that roast me the most are Faye. Well, three. Chaco, Faye, and Bublito. Do you know the 3 people outside of my close friends and family who have been sending me little messages all week and being very sweet? The 3 biggest roasters. So you guys all told on yourselves. You all told on yourselves how much you actually like me.
I mean, I wouldn't talk shit if I didn't like you, so I'd just say nothing.
That's true.
I'm going to
And
Korea to find our
someone was like,
soulmates. Oh, can you imagine my soulmate being in Korea? That'd be wild.
hey, listen, he'll find you eventually. But that's the point, is that
I am trying to work up the courage to ask someone for we're both invited we were both invited to a wedding. And
is
so
there a boy that you like?
I never said this. Oh, yeah, kind of, sort of. It's a
Give me
kind of
his name.
Give
sort
me
of
joy.
situation.
Tell me about the boy.
No,
Oh,
hold on. I need
no.
his name, okay, his address, and his social security number.
No, Faye, we already know who to ask. Go find those dudes from Kick last Monday. I'm sure they'll find all of them.
Oh, what happened on Kick? What
Okay.
Everything
happened?
right.
I want to say what the heck. So,
Ooh.
Somebody tried to intimidate me last Monday. They tried to dox me. I
Ooh.
don't know what program they were using. Peachy, they got everything wrong.
so let's start
Nothing
this out,
right.
right? They just start sending information in chat. They say her first name. They start sending like an email. Apparently, the email is like 10 years old from what she said. Like
20.
all of it was
It's 20
old
years
or
old.
wrong. So I start trolling the fuck out of these guys. I found the Kick because it wasn't Starshan's Kick. It was Horror's Kick. I went to Kick and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Because I'm here for
We
the
were
drama.
roasting them.
So they were all like, okay, sending all this information. I was like, hey, you want to find out what's really impressive? What state am I in right now? I've said it plenty of times. Don't care. They're all like, Virginia. I was like, dude, I haven't been in Virginia since I was conceived, man. You're wrong.
Yeah, you want to know how? And here's the thing, Peachy. So they started sending my current location. Take a guess what my current location was. Go ahead. Just
California.
Cumberland, Rhode Island.
Hey.
And I was like, they were saying Woonsocket, Cumberland. Number one, even when I did live in Rhode Island, I was nowhere fucking near them. That's first of all. I'm like, keep trying, because mind you, go ahead, chat. Now that they're not here, go ahead, guys. What state do I fucking live in? If you just go to the About Me on my fucking YouTube profile, the P.O. box gives you a hint. But it's like, when literally so they were like, Cassandra Star Sign for Follows. I'm like, read it out loud, and I want you to really think that's my real name. I need you to rub both those brain cells together, baby. Come on. Because I was like, I read it out loud, and I was like, okay. Yep, that's my fake name. Which is, by the way, guys, because everyone used to make fun of me back in the day, back online when I was younger. Everything I put was fake. I never put my real name. This is why now. Because the thing is, all that information that's over 20 years old, it has fallen out of legalities. Now they can legally sell that information. And people who do want to look you up can find your old info. But they're the world's worst stalkers. I know. They were trying to find info. They only got one thing right. So they got 2 things right. They got a password. And they got one password and a stream name from my account on my Hotmail when I was 12 that I haven't been able to access since I was 16.
What was the motive?
They wanted to. We don't know. They didn't say what they didn't like about me. They did threaten to R-word me.
Ooh.
And I was, and they said they wanted to R-word me and her, and we were like, oh, really? You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta find me first.
Starshan's channels, like none of her channels wasn't on hers, it was on hers. And then I continued, right? So they like, oh, it was Virginia. Okay. I was born in Virginia. They didn't even have the town, right? So I was laughing about that. Then I was like, okay, what's my first name? Because my friend that came on has mentioned my name. Anytime my husband walks in, he calls my name. He has my name. Like, my name's out there. It's been said. My first name has been said. So I was just so like, okay, you really want to impress me? What's my first name? And they give some generic, like, stupid fucking name. I forget, it was like Stephanie or something like that. They
No,
were
it
like,
was
you know,
Felicia.
Stephanie.
It was like
Yeah, like that. And I was just all like, not even close.
The next thing they're gonna do is hack my guy online account. I swear to God. Like, when I tell you guys, they were so bad at it, and it got so hilarious because me and Horror and Faye were roasting the fuck out of them. They gave up. They just stopped talking. They were like, well, shit, this wasn't effective at all. Really? Amazing how that works when you don't do it right.
It's amazing how much how courageous people feel behind a computer screen, thinking that nothing will become of what they do.
Rachel,
Because I have a
4
feeling
accounts.
if they consistently keep doing this to other like Twitch streamers and whatnot, they'll eventually get caught.
Well, the thing is, they were like, I've been using this service for 10 years. I'm like, then you have been paying for the wrong fucking service. They were sending me IP addresses I've never had, although I don't even know my current IP address. But the point is, they were like, oh, you need to get a VPN, Cassandra Stars and Follows. I'm like, you need to actually really think about names. Like, do I even look like I would even remotely have the name Fafalis, which, by the way, is Grey Elf. Okay? So let's open that part up. The name Fafalis, my husband got from a Lord of the Rings generator. It's not even any ethnicity. And so it's like, when I tell you guys, out of all the attempts and threats and death threats and doxing attempts I have had, that was the funniest one. And it was like, it was live. They were clearly trying to intimidate me. Oh, and then they said my dad's name was Christian Hilson. And I was like, you didn't even get a single letter right. Like, that's not it. You weren't even in the right part of the alphabet or in the right ethnicity. Hilson. What Italian you know with the name Hilson?
Oh, sweet. Sorry.
Oh, what, Peachy?
No, I just got an email from my professor. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I noticed I had an email from my professor, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll reopen the link tomorrow." So I do have tomorrow to finish that paper. So yeah.
There you go.
For those who don't know, I have been struggling to finish a paper that was due yesterday. So.
And so yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what? We know how to find Peachy's boys information.
No,
no,
guys. No, it's kind of like a I don't really know if there's a word for it. Like, it's a like a work. No,
it's okay, Peachy. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay,
it's a work in progress.
And I'm going to invite him to go gun shopping. And when he tries to buy one, he's going to have to give his social security number so they can do a background check with the FBI. Because every state has to do this. Then I can find out if he has any sort of criminal violent history.
Then we go from there.
No, it's no, it's.
So is he tall? Is he white? Is he black? Is he Spanish?
He's taller than me. He's not.
Okay, I don't know how tall you are, so I'm assuming.
I'm 5'1". He's
okay.
How tall would he be? I don't know, 5'6" maybe.
Okay, so he's just above Hobbit. All right, and all right. So
he's short enough for me to beat up.
What are the odds that he'll run into this channel and find everything?
Okay, well, sir, understand that these are two old psychopaths. Well, actually, you're much younger. This is one old and one young psychopathic woman. If you love our child, you be nice to her, or we will find you.
No, I'm an actual mother, and I will go to the ends of the earth.
No, here's the thing, though. I'm not his type, and I know it. So I'm like,
Really? How do you know it? Did he say, Peachy, you're not my type?
Well, no, but considering his dating record,
then you know nothing. That's called insecurity. That's called I just don't want to say nothing.
No, and even if it okay, so I guess I'm hesitant because I have a feeling if I spend enough time around him, that's when the butterflies will start coming out. Because they're kind of there, like, and I was like, if I keep, because the last time I saw him too, I was like, okay, I'll just.
Peachy, give me his phone number right now. I'm gonna call him and tell him you like him.
I went on Leon's
I'm gonna
stream,
get
actually.
you a date.
I told him the biggest L the biggest
Why
L
of
I
all
took
people would you tell him?
No, I didn't tell him specifically who. I just kind of gave him a hint. And
Peachy?
I brought it up because I forgot how it even occurred, but the topic of relationships and people like getting rejected and whatnot came up. And I told him, yeah, I had my first experience of a true L relationship wise. Like every time someone asks me, what's your first, like, what's the worst experience you've had thus far? This is what I think back on. So this is a point in time. This happened last year when I kind of had the feeling of, oh, I'm getting the butterflies. Right. And then one day
Tell me this.
I get a text message from him going, hey, do you still work at this place? I'm like, yeah, I do. Oh, can you tell me if this specific product's in stock? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Why? Oh, well, I'm looking to maybe come in and get something for a lady friend of mine. And I was like, well, asking for your opinion, your take. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Gave him some opinions and takes. Like, oh, cool. Do you think you can use your discount so I can get it for my hair? I was like, ah, no. And I was like, yeah, sure.
That's different. How have you spoken to this guy? The new butterfly. Tell me about the new Gabriel Agresta. I want to know
No,
about
this is the same butterfly.
The same dude?
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you talking now? Like how you
Casual.
Okay. Do you see him on the daily?
No.
Are you able to interact with him daily?
No, if I like, hey, do you want to hang out? He'd probably say sure.
Okay. Why don't you ask him on a date? The worst he can say is no.
Because I'm awkward.
No, and
I don't think you get it. I genuinely don't think I'm his type. That's
okay. Have you tried?
No. But
So
I listen.
try.
Hey, Peachy.
What?
Give me his number right now, and Mama will have you a date within the hour.
No.
No. Girl, you've never seen her.
We taking Peachy to Korea. I don't think my.
You should see how cute she
No,
looks
it's
when
not.
she's
No.
in
Here's the thing.
pajamas after she's
No,
washed
it's
her
not
hair.
the no I'm afraid of. It's the because this is a friend group too.
Okay.
So I don't want it to be awkward if he says no.
Has he seen you hangry?
No.
Let him see you hangry. If he still talks to you, then no matter what happens, there will be no awkwardness.
And by the way, one date or one asking of a date isn't going to necessarily make.
No, that's what I'm trying to build the courage up to do. So the thing is, in the same friend group, right? Someone's like, they're getting married, and I was like, oh, cool. She's like, hey, I want to invite a couple of you guys to my wedding. She can't invite all of us because costs and whatever. No one. She's like, okay, cool. So a few of us are going, and we're one of them. Now, I hope and pray to dear God, Lord, I hope he never sees this video because he will know who I'm talking about. So, anyways, so she invited 4 of us, 3 of us total, but 4 including one of our group's boyfriends. So she's bringing her boyfriend. Then it's gonna be the 2 of us together. So it's gonna be like 4 people total, but they're the ones that are dating. We're just kind of going as friends. I'm thinking, so what if I just ask him? What
Kiss him at the really romantic part of the wedding.
Yeah. So would you want to? I don't know. Since
You need to
she's
look-
bringing his date, her
Girl,
boyfriend, do you want to go together or something like
you
that?
need to get your hair side braided. Like
It gets worse.
What do you mean it gets worse? You need to look hot for this.
So
you need to look hot for this.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I know you guys don't overreact. Okay, so we decided because the wedding is a few cities away. He suggested to the group saying, "Hey, why don't we all just go to an Airbnb together?" So we're all gonna be in an Airbnb after the wedding.
Bring the lingerie. Bring the lingerie.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. No.
Okay. Plan B. Plan B is not that expensive.
No,
okay. You got condoms, real cheap.
No, and I'm fighting
Is there a
myself
hot
tooth
tub?
and nail.
Is there a hot tub? Because there's a
I
hot
don't
tub.
know.
You find out.
I haven't worn a bathing suit in years, so no.
Cool, get one.
I
Yes.
don't have one.
It's called Amazon, babe.
No, but I've
get
been
you a bathing
fighting
suit.
myself to either if I should buy a new set of pajamas or not, or like I don't know. I was gonna
Get
take my
something
little
lacy
Peanuts
and sexy.
pajamas.
Not only should you buy a
But-
new set of pajamas, you should get a matching robe. You should
Oh,
get
no.
matching slippers. You need to look cute.
I don't even
Okay.
know if I want to take. I don't know. It's
Get
so
something
much-
lacy and sexy like a
Oh,
negligee.
Yeah.
Lord.
Something that shows off those nice legs and cute butt.
No.
If you need to do, okay?
Nothing
That's
long
what-
enough to cover those lights.
That's what the robe is
you
for.
could,
But
but
she has
show
like
them up a
little,
little bit.
yes,
just like
little
the
shorts, but you have a robe on. So he can't look too much.
This is a mistake.
Not a mistake. This is not a mistake. This.
I'm actually debating if I should show you a picture in the little group chat.
Better yet,
Yes.
Peachy.
Let me see if I
You
can. Do I
absolutely
still?
should.
Oh, I don't even know if I have a photo, but I remember. How do I? Let me see if I can find it.
Better yet, Peachy. You can get yourself a bathing suit. It can be one piece, can be two piece, can be bikini. Get yourself one of those cover overs for your bathing suit, one of the like really like cute little open ones. If your hotel has a hot
Open
tub,
ones?
invite everybody. Yeah.
Like the 2-piece?
No, the robe. The robe you put
Talking about
over
the
your bathing suit.
sarong.
Like
Oh, the flowy thing.
yeah. And then invite like everyone out to the hot tub.
This is two moms wanting their baby to finally grow up and have her first big girl date.
But then
I don't know if I can
you're
find the
oh, I
picture.
guess they didn't show up. It's just me and you.
Oh Lord.
And when you go to this wedding, Peachy,
Mm.
Peachy, look at me. I know you know how to do makeup. I know you know how to do the sexy makeup. You need to make sure you're wearing. Listen, I don't care how 90s it sounds. You need the hoop earrings. You need to have, because you got that really gorgeous fluffy hair. Do a couple of little braids right here, so it leaves that little side shave kind of situation. But the rest of your hair all like big and fluffy and like, look at me. And you need to make sure you have the big hoops and find something that makes you look gorgeous. How good are you wearing heels? Okay,
I'm thinking about buying a pair because I like heels though. I never owned a pair of heels.
You can like them. I enjoy heels.
I can walk in them. This is weird too. I've never owned like a true pair of heels. I don't
see mine.
No, and I think one of the reasons is every time I looked at heels, my mom was like, "No, you're too young for that," and I'm like, "Okay," and I just never wore them.
Peachy.
So
I'm telling you,
Peachy's getting shy. I am shy. I'm getting shy.
Peachy.
What?
Focus. I'm gonna tell you right now. You want to find out if you're this man's type? Say to him, "Let's go with each other as a friend date to the wedding," and you make sure you dress to the nines. You watch what he looks at. You watch where his eyes are.
That's not how I want to get his attention.
Bitch, what you worried about? He already likes your personality. Now you got to make sure he's your type, okay? Whether you like it, and I'm going to tell everyone in chat, whether we all like it or not, the visuals matter just as much as the internals. And you want to make sure that he wants the visuals.
I wish I had that good picture. I can't find that really nice picture.
We will all play Godmother and send stuff for the ball, right?
All right, I have this picture I'm going to show you.
Faye's about to show you the heel.
I'm gonna do a close up of it. I'm gonna circle him.
Faye's about to show you.
Oh, those are really cute, actually.
Those are not wedding shoes, young lady.
No, I know they're not wedding shoes, but they're really cute. I'd wear them on like a masquerade day.
They're in a box somewhere. I have really glittery stilettos.
Right.
Oh, look at this. Bublito just laid down some fucking facts.
What?
Read it.
He's not with those girls. He's not with those girls anymore. Clearly, the known type aren't working out for him. I don't even know if he's dating now. That's the thing.
Exactly. So no time at the present to find out.
Oh Lord.
Peachy, the worst thing you can find out is that he's not interested, and you'd be like, okay, and move on.
All right, so I'm gonna
look at her just trot away, shaking her booty while she's doing it.
I wish I had Faye Queen's figure.
You do.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
No, you don't. You don't wish you had mine. I'm fat.
All right, I'm gonna circle
but you
him.
do have a nice ass.
You do, Faye Queen.
Even
that is factual.
Ah, see right here. Look at Esteban. Right. What did Esteban say?
This is a very awkward picture. I'm going to show you all in the chat, in the not the Discord chat, mind you. No one else needs to know. But this is a picture of we went to a group out and eating a few months ago, and they took an awkward picture of me eating because they thought it was funny. And
is he in the photo?
I circled him. It's not a great picture, but you'll see what he looks like.
I just need to know what the boy looks like. That's all.
He kind of cute though.
He kind of cute.
Look at you. He's so cute.
Yeah, they,
Peachy,
they thought it was funny, and I just got off. I just
Peachy,
finished
you're
watching.
looking like a little baddie right there.
No, I actually just finished watching the movie Legally. Not was it Legally Blonde? No, Mean Girls for the first time, and I was in the pink phase, like a pink phase, and I wore it was
Peachy,
Wednesday, so I wore pink.
I'm telling you, you look like a little baddie. See those hoop earrings? Those are the ones you be wearing to the wedding.
I lost those earrings. I don't know where they went. Oh, they're right there. Wow, what are the odds? I found them.
Intervention.
And
I forgot I found them.
Peachy, notice how you just said I lost them, and then you found them in 2 seconds.
No, they're
Divine
hung up.
intervention.
They're hung up because I found them.
And that's how
recently.
it proves
I completely
to
forgot
me
I
you
found
don't know
them.
what his type is.
No, like I don't know. I'm not. And I guess one of the other things I'm
Also,
really insecure about is the fact that
Who's
he's
the
actually
beardo next to him?
one
He's
of-
not too bad looking either.
Oh, he has a girlfriend. Wait,
How
who?
long has he had that girlfriend?
Wait, who? I don't even
There's
know.
only
who you're
2
talking about.
dudes in the photo, girl.
Oh yeah, he's had a girlfriend since like high school. They're still dating. Like he's not.
As the men folks
Mm.
say, is he happily with her?
That's what. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Desert Jack,
It's
you
kinda
made
gross,
everyone
actually.
cry this week.
Aw, baby.
But
No,
we
but
love-
so yeah, that's him. And there's a really nice photo. I don't know. I was gonna keep it, but I felt really awkward about it, so I deleted it. So
Peachy, this is a cute photo. Oh, Drew Bledsoe's above you.
yeah, my brother's in. I just cropped him out.
But I want to know what the bro.
You want to see what he looks?
Yes.
All right, give me a minute.
yeah,
oh wait! Oh no,
no.
it's not. Why isn't it? Wait a minute.
But as I was saying, Peachy, there is literally nothing for you to be worried about. I didn't write. I know you didn't. Oh no, Jack, I know you didn't write that. I've been avoiding that video, so I know that video.
He's to my left.
And the very first time I saw it, I was actually holding Zorro, and I cried then because I knew the day he passed
Hey,
away,
yo, your brother kind of cute. He's single.
I was gonna hear that rolling through my head. And then you sent me the email, and everyone in my job was crying. Like even Honest Tom. Honest Tom read the email, and he went, "Dang, now I'm gonna crying."
Peachy, just asking for a friend.
I got the
Peachy,
power of
what is
God
that
and anime on my side. Be gone. Nope.
Yo, and who's the dude with the glasses in the very forefront? Who dat?
Who? Oh, that's him. I don't want to say their names because I'm also
Okay, but is he someone you'd be
Oh.
interested in too? Because they
Actually,
all your friends seem kinda
fun fact. He's actually someone I crushed on hard in middle school. Now we're
cute.
friends.
All your friends seem kind of cute, girl.
No, they're
Don't
I
crush him
had-
anymore. Why is he got STDs? Like, what's wrong?
No, he's just not my type anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a cool dude. He's a friend.
Peachy's brother is, I would say, a 7 to an 8. He's not like massively hot, but he's cute.
He could be that guy if he just did his hair a bit more, if he did his facial hair. But I'm kind of glad he's not though, because then I'd have to beat people. So
And Peachy, aren't you guys twins?
we are. We look nothing alike though.
Peachy,
What?
you a baddie too. You just hide it.
No.
Peachy,
Mm.
your mother is talking right now. Do I lie?
No.
Am I a straight shooter?
Yes.
If I say you're a
Yeah,
baddie, what does that make you?
I'm a baddie.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What?
I'm a baddie.
I can't hear you. What?
I'm a baddie.
Thank you.
Seems like Peachy has a
Back-
bad
Back
habit
to
of
what you
asking
just
her
said.
questions
You're
out.
a straight
Not-
shooter, Starscream.
I'm a straight shooter.
I'm
Is
not.
that how I got pregnant?
I no, and then one of the reasons why is because how I was raised, I was kind of raised to just never really think about this stuff, and if I ever
Isn't that
did,
why
it
we're here?
would always be pushed to the back of my mind unless
Isn't
it was
that why
really
we're all
bad.
here?
Yeah, so I'm trying to grow into it more and accept it a bit more, and that's
Here's
why.
the thing. I fully accept that on most days I'm a solid 5. I fully accept that. I know that on fall days when I'm not crying for a solid week, I can even be a solid 8 depending on the day. Put me in makeup and the right outfit, I can shoot straight up if I really need to, depending on the day. I am very honest about how I look. I'm very honest about how others look. And I can tell you right now, because you've been reading too much.
No, ever since I started, it's usually when I start streaming in this area of my room, my eyes and whatever. And I think it has to do with the fact that my computer, there must be something coming out of it, like dust and whatnot, that's
I was
irritating
gonna
it.
say, do you have a exhaust fan for the AC?
It does, but I think I'm gonna have to clean it because it's not doing its job. And every time I turn it on, it gets really dusty. So I might have to just clean it at some point.
Do you guys want to see what I'm gonna be for Halloween?
We can be for Halloween.
Hold on, because Potato Gamer just asked, and I figured I can show you guys right now what I'm gonna be for Halloween.
I told my husband he has to hand out candy because I'm going trick or treating.
We don't get any trick or treaters around here anymore. We
There's
used to.
3 Jehovah's in my neighborhood.
Hmm.
Well, in my whole town, a lot of Southern Baptists don't like Halloween because they don't understand it was started by Christians. So, Edie, you're such a fucking liar. I have seen Edie. Trust me, guys.
I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Edie is a solid 6 to a 7 when she's dolled down. When she dresses up, she an easy 8 or 9.
Ooh, she a snack.
Yeah, she got the whole ass package. Trust me. She just don't. She got an important job, so she don't want nobody to see it. I don't blame her. Should I do the full thing?
If anyone needs to date anyone, my sister needs to find a boyfriend.
Your sister?
Yeah,
Doesn't your sister have a baby?
she does. And she lives in Atlanta, of all places. She needs to move.
He's Polito on Star Son's behalf. Hold on. I'm
I-
getting my.
As a matter of fact, chat, my birthday is in 7 days. I want to see gifts from all of you. All of you.
Happy birthday! Oh, is it gonna be Saturday?
Actually, you know what? It's 7 days. It'll be the next podcast, I believe.
Oh, 7 days.
Oh, so
seven,
Yep.
it's gonna be birthday stream, I hear.
9.
Yep.
Oh, your birthday's the day before Halloweeny.
No.
Is it on Halloween?
No.
Because in 7 days, it's the 30th.
No.
It is
For
the 30th.
you, it is. For me, it's not.
Oh, she's in the past still.
What?
It's not midnight for me yet. I'm an hour.
Oh, right. You live in a different times. Wow,
She'd be
my
the pain in
brain,
our
my brain could literally not put that together. I was like, what? Does she live in the future? Like, what's going on?
We live in the future. She's in the past.
What is
We
that?
live in the
Are you gonna
future.
be? I'm gonna guess a witch. Ooh, a witch. I just bought
wanna
some Wet
show
and
the
Wild
full-
black lipstick. I haven't tried
But
on yet.
Thurston, I thought you were wearing a costume.
I didn't say I was being a bitch. I said I was being a witch.
Ah, okay.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, right? I'm trying to get the full thing into costume mode so you can see it. This thing cost me $100.
It's a very pretty hat.
Oh, it's got so many pieces. So I got to get them all together. Hold on. It's got all these bits and bobs. A bad witch, right? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? I'm a good witch.
Cassandra Sanders.
Damn, who said that? Mitchell! Ow!
I'm actually mad. I can't find that picture.
And yet I'm still not mad at it. That was a good one. Dang, Mitchell. He always got me.
That was a good one.
I'm getting it
Peachy,
all
did you
chat.
get the joke?
She got the joke. She ain't listening.
No, Cassandra Sanders. I don't get the joke.
What?
did
You don't get the joke?
No,
Oh my god. It's from Hocus Pocus.
I've never seen Hocus Pocus.
Oh my god. We're watching Hocus Pocus.
I wasn't allowed to watch anything with sorcery back then, and I just never had the desire to watch it now.
We're watching Hocus Pocus. It's on
No.
Disney. We're watching it.
No,
Yes.
You like it.
It's a good movie.
I remember trying to watch it, and I guess I zoned out because I don't remember it.
It's a good movie.
It is a really good movie. It's good hot trash. We like hot trash.
Yeah, because I remember telling someone I've never watched Hocus Pocus, and the people went, "Oh, you've never seen Hocus Pocus?" I was
it
bullied
was
into
not-
watching Mean Girls, and I really liked Mean Girls, so maybe I'll watch. I'll like a Hocus Pocus.
There's
That is really pretty.
there's still more. Hold on, there is
Oh
more.
my goodness!
She's wearing a whole ass.
If it were just
wait.
pink.
She sells them in pink.
For some reason, Lil Nas's music just started playing in my head.
Fuck.
I couldn't tell you a single one of his songs if I tried.
I'm like, I told you long ago, that specific song.
Oh,
We're on
that
a
one?
road.
Got
I
more
got
going
what
on.
you're
Hold
waiting
on,
for.
hold on.
Because he wears it. Maybe it's because he wears pink, and I don't know. Ain't round for. Oh wait, we can get. We can get demonetized. Let me stop now. YouTube just shut me. YouTube, you took Blue's Clues. I'm so mad about that. I'm still salty about that.
We were just talking about that before you
I am
showed
so
up.
mad. I'm still salty that it happened. I just wanted to see Steve. And Steve makes the world make. Steve made me happy. He still makes me happy. Hope he's doing okay. Steve.
He got
Oh my god, PG.
Well, that's just PG. I love Hocus Pocus. Never seen it. Oh, Desert Jack has never seen it either. Time to bully you to watch Hocus Pocus. I get it. You'd have to bully me to do stuff.
I'll make her watch Hocus Pocus. I'll do a watch party in her Discord to make her watch it.
Oh gosh. Hi Puckles, what's up? What's up, puppy?
Oh, by the way, Peachy,
Hmm.
what day do you want for us to call so we can take care of that thing I talked to you about?
I thought you made a Saturday date to do stuff.
Yes, but remember, I said you should probably have your sheet done by Saturday so I can input it into the game.
Oh.
That'll take, because I can do the sheet by myself. Like I can do it
No, I want
like
to make
off, but to make everything like the way that you want it, it probably take us like 30 minutes.
What's up, baby?
They're talking about D&D.
No, I know. I'm trying to think of a day. That's the thing.
Even nobody else knows. You girls are talking in code.
I think my midterms just ended. So, and by the way, just for those who knew, I probably bombed mine. So, yay. Let me look at my schedule this week. Give me a minute.
Yeah. I know.
I didn't have time to look at it. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, I hate those things. 1, 2. So, I could probably make some room. What about Wednesday? Wednesday sound good?
What time Wednesday?
What time do you? What time would you be available? I'm not late at night. Like maybe roughly in the evening or afternoon.
I could do afternoon. I do have D&D myself on Wednesday, so I have to leave.
What about Thursday?
Thursday works.
Okay, Thursday, 2 p.m.
I mean, if you want to do Wednesday at the same time, that works. I have D&D.
Whatever's free for you. Like I don't want to stress you out or anything.
Thursday works too if it's earlier in the day. I have to for D&D on Wednesday. I have to leave by 4:00 your time. No, 6:00 your time. And then for Thursday, I have mom's group at like 8:00 your time. So like my stuff's like later in the day.
So now you all know what my Halloween costume is.
That is actually a very pretty hat.
And it comes in literally every color you can think of, every style you can think of. I picked this one for obvious reasons. Star lace, star
I'd
dangle.
probably order it if I, 1, had the money, 2, had the time.
It has a star dangle on the tip of the hat. And I don't know if you guys noticed the underside.
Where did you order that?
Etsy.
Ooh, I never ordered anything on Etsy.
The girl hand makes all of it. She's gonna snatch the hat. I'm gonna tell you right now. And Starman has a matching mask. I have it up there from my brother's wedding last year. He and I are now going to be every year Celestial Witch and Warlock.
I think I found it. Maybe? No, that's not it.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Etsy has some nice stuff. That's where I got my V2.
Yeah, I never ordered anything on Etsy. Never
And
had
so,
a
like,
reason
if
to.
you guys look at my fall drawing of myself. This is the hat that I based that off of.
Oh, I think I found it. Is it by? Oh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, these are not cheap.
$59. Ooh, they got it in purple.
She has it in every color.
Let me see the colors.
Every.
How do you find the colors?
You gotta go because you don't select the colors on the hat. You've got to buy each individual hat.
You can't see the colors?
No, because you got to go to the whole store.
I am at the store.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you this.
It's by
because there's a lot of people that do this, but they're not all her.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, there's like
that has to be it.
Because this girl's from like Romania or something.
There's black. It's blue.
Let me see.
Yeah, this must be.
Purchases.
Man,
Okay,
I would order this just to have it, not just for Halloween. This is gorgeous.
You got to go to Boxin online. Hold on. Let me
You put it
send.
in Discord.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to
Right.
share it on Discord and in the chat for anyone that wants to try to get this.
And after this, then I could probably show Fae Queen the baby video that I think is appalling, and we can discuss that a bit because I still can't wrap my head around it.
If anybody wants to go and get a hat like mine, there's the link.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
This hat is now $80.
It's not working. Hang on, let me copy paste. My computer's being weird.
But she has them in every imaginable color combination.
Ooh, that white one's pretty.
Yep, she's got white ones with roses.
Where's
She's
the
got this big
pink?
grandiose gold ruffled one.
Oh, these are stunning. Oh my, she is ooh, she's talented.
I will always.
She probably lives out in a little cottage next to a little cupcake factory or something.
I will
Good
tell you
Lord.
right now, if I like something, I will save up and I will get it.
Does she make dresses?
She makes capes.
Ah, because I always wanted to. If I ever could wave the magic wand, I've always wanted to go to a Lolita convention and dress like a Lolita.
I wish I'd have known this for my wedding. I probably would have bought one.
And she makes wands too, guys.
She makes wands. Oh my Lord. These are gorgeous. Which one would I want? I don't know. I would like the pink one, but add stars on it. More stars.
Yeah, she doesn't do any custom orders, which is one of the reasons why I haven't ordered a wand.
She don't need no custom order. Shoot, I don't blame her. Look at all this.
Yeah, she doesn't need to. And
Nah,
and they always
if
know.
anyone complains, they need to shut their trap and order.
Mm-hmm.
Take it or leave
I need
it.
to start looking
Does she
at
have her
stuff
own
on
store
Etsy.
somewhere, or is this just
This,
on
this
her?
is her store. This is her store.
Oh my!
And the thing is,
oh, this is chef's
you
kiss.
can't whatchamacalls it. You can't order one or two pieces. You have if you want other accessories, like there are other accessories that I want. I asked her, can I order them? She said, no.
Oh, these capes.
They are stunning.
The Cape Verdean in me just begging to come out and speak in tongue, but I'd have no idea what I'd be saying.
Okay, I just found something, and I have
oh,
to
I
share it with
love
you.
this one. This
What?
little pink fluffy one. You'll probably see it. You'll know what I'm
Oh,
about.
Fae Queen found something. Hold on.
You know what I'm about. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is look like a wind.
Oh,
I
that
feel like a
so
fairy
cute.
princess. We have to show the
Dad
chat.
gonna get religious
We
on
gotta
her for
show.
having a
We
witch
gotta
hat.
show the chat. No, that's why I couldn't be a witch for Halloween. I want to be one. Shoot, if I could look like this, look all cute. Shoot, I'd be an adorable witch.
Faye, that is adorable. But what you
I know,
have is
right?
already, what you have is already perfect. Honestly, Faye, I wouldn't get anything else but that.
No, keep the unicorn.
No, it's not a costume.
No, but that's something that people would wear for Halloween.
That's
I'd
fair.
wear this on the regular. Shoot, I'd wear this just on Tuesday.
The
Oh,
wand.
you going to a
exactly.
convention? No, I'm getting some coffee.
Like I really like this girl's stuff. I think she does fantastic work. I think that she puts a lot of effort into her stuff.
She clearly. Oh my goodness, yes.
Like,
oh my Lord.
And she carries, like, you can see the hat that I ordered is at the very top. And it's obviously I've had mine folded up for a year, so it.
I'd become an Instagram model just to model her stuff.
Right.
I'm not even lying. I do for free. This stuff's amazing.
She does a really great job. And the thing is, a lot of what she makes you can't get in the US, or you're going to have to really know how to look. So I tried to find this stuff to make it myself.
Her name Laura?
I don't know what her name is. I just know her. She's boxed online.
Is this? I think this is hers. Does she make more? No, this is different stuff. Oh, this must be like someone's. Oh no, this is the reviewer. Never mind. My bad.
I don't even know if I did a review. All I know is it was stunning.
Oh, I love her. Now I gotta get on Etsy. Shoot, I'm missing out.
Oh, I've been ordering from Etsy for years.
I've never ordered on Etsy. I have no excuse to either. I just never did.
I love Etsy. It always has such.
Maybe because I don't know. I just find some good stuff there.
I like supporting people who put in the effort.
I would love to make my own stuff. I just don't know what to make. Oh, what's up? Aww. Cute.
Oh, see, now that's just precious.
You should do like a photo shoot and do this stuff. That'd be cute.
I want.
$42? That sounds like bullshit. That's so cheap.
I want. I want.
Okay. There we go. Mother, now it makes sense. Okay. So
It's per dress, isn't it?
Plus, but then once you click on it, it's $108. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, my eye.
So you have to order each individual piece. The mother's dress is $108 starting in the small. The XL is $113. And the little girl's one goes from size 4 to 8. And they're all roughly $43 to $49. Okay. That makes way more sense. I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Etsy sellers don't sell cute shit like that for cheap.
So cute, though. I want.
I really want this. It's $167 though.
Basically, y'all's version of going shopping in a mall, except I'm like, that's what I do.
I can't window shop on Etsy. I ended up buying something else.
Some of these items though that I'm seeing are definitely like bought from another seller and resold.
Oh yeah. I will tell you, they do that fairly often. One of my favorite things to look up on Etsy is paint.
Paint?
Yes. So specifically watercolors are fantastic. And I actually found watercolor pans that are star-shaped.
Sticking on the brand. I respect that.
And so I think we've all figured out by now, if it's got stars on it.
I have yet to find a peach pillow.
You gotta be careful where you type that in.
Bring back the innocence of peach emojis, doggone it! They're fruits! They're
fruit of sin!
No! That's an apple! That's a different story.
And the worst thing is, I bought a matching dress for this, but it was too big, and now that I've lost weight, it's especially too big. So, and I'm afraid to buy another dress.
Now it's a robe.
No, it's a. I could make it a robe. But it's so gigantic. It's gigantic on me. It's gigantic. And the thing is, I have a lot more angry kitties now, so I have to be very careful where I lay this out. Because they do bad things. My animals are naughty. Even without Zorro here, my animals are naughty.
Aw.
They're bad all around.
My dog's been extra bad too. Huh?
Look at what I just sent.
What'd you send? Let me see.
I want you guys to just look at this absolute unit of fabric. You ready for this, guys?
That?
This is the dress that I ordered to match this hat. Okay?
It's so cute.
I want you to look.
Thank you.
At all of the fabric. Okay? No, baby.
No, baby. That's very pretty.
It's huge. It is huge. Like, I am... Where's the fucking scissor? Hold on. Aspetta. I can't find my scissor. I had it over here. Now I don't see it. And why is my mirror taken apart?
These headphones always make my ears itch, and I don't know why.
You might be allergic to something on the headphones.
No, it's like after a couple hours, it's like, it makes my ears itch.
Could also be
Maybe.
sweat.
Ugh, don't say that.
Well, I mean, girl.
Oh, I found the perfect pillow to go along with the peach ones.
No, stop it! I'll buy something I don't need.
Melons.
Melons.
You can get a melon pillow and clam pillows.
Clam.
Oh, our sweet innocent child. You can get either a beaver pillow or a clam pillow. Either will work.
You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. Nope. Oh, I ended up buying the
Take a look at what I
unnecessarily
sent.
so. Another microphone.
You could also get a Waltz roast beef or just a roast beef pillow.
Okay, we get it.
I mean, you didn't get it. I'm waiting.
It's an eggplant. Oh, they have different shapes. They got peach. They got tomato. Got jalapeno.
Your last one. There you go, Peachy.
Good
I
night.
need
Got
to
sushi.
I need to
Oh my
stop browsing
goodness.
Etsy.
Stop it! Stop showing me stuff on Etsy. I'm not buying something I don't need. Take care.
Take
You
a look
finish
at the
my
last
tea.
thing I
Oh,
sent.
have
I'm
fun. Have a
done.
great day, Desert Zach. Thanks for coming.
So
I
much.
closed it out with my tabs. Take a look at the last thing I sent.
No.
There's so much.
Okay.
There's so much.
Peaches, peaches, peaches. And I would actually wear that though. I'm not gonna lie. I would actually buy this. The pink one specifically. Peaches, 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 peaches.
Hey.
I can't believe this song was such a hit.
Yay, listen, that's called licensed music, young lady.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It's YouTube. I'm sorry. That's licensed? Good
Yes.
lord.
It's Nintendo. What do you think?
Yeah, okay. Anyways, you want to see a baby drown? No, I'm
No,
joking.
why'd you say
No,
it like that?
It's not. No, it's not an actual baby drowning. It's not. I over exaggerated it.
She's definitely my child. Foot in mouth syndrome.
No, this is okay. So this is a video where I found on my YouTube algorithm. For some reason, videos like this keep popping up, and I don't know why. I think YouTube just knows I want a baby, so I get all this baby stuff thrown at me now. And
You want a
Fake Queen
baby?
talking about. I think it's Fake Queen showing me pictures of babies, making me want.
You want a
babies.
baby? You want a baby? I can ship her to you in 3 to 5 days.
No! That's too much money. No. So, anyways, so this is a particular video where after they have a couple weeks sessions of babies learning how to swim. So this is like a ritual they have after everyone's graduated. All the babies have graduated. I'm going to show you. It's a short video. How do I show the chat? Do I have to show you? Okay. Ready for this? Let me know if you can't hear it, by the way. Thoughts?
I mean, all I saw was a baby floating on a raft like it was Rose and Jack.
It feels creepy to me. Okay, it sounds very, very cult-like. I don't know why.
Watch children's programming.
It's just creepy. Bye, Oliver.
Okay,
you wanna say that?
single episode of Coco Melon.
I've never seen Coco Melon before.
Okay.
If you want to talk about it sounding like very creepy and like culty,
It does
know
feel
what
creepy.
else would
Thank you,
probably be
Rachel.
similar that you could say the same thing about?
What?
Happy birthday to you. Happy.
That's
like the same
that was
thing.
like the most. I didn't know you could be offbeat on Happy Birthday. How did you even achieve that? How did you achieve?
A rare peachy roast.
No, like I am genuinely stunned how you went offbeat for the song
She's trying to
Happy
imitate what they were doing.
Birthday. How did you even do that?
So here's the
I didn't
thing.
know that was a possibility.
Remember,
Wait.
Oliver, who they were singing to, was like 6 months old, okay? So that is so when I was babysitting, when I was a nanny for a while, I got in the habit of leaving Cartoon Network up on in the morning because Craig of the Creek would come on, different shows would come on, and then last fall, a thing called Cartoonito premiered on Cartoon Network, and the kids loved it. It was perfect. Played all these little kids shows, and it also is great for the dogs and cats. And so I've absorbed quite a bit. Oh, she out. So I've absorbed quite a bit of kids programming by proxy, because when I come home, whenever I have to drive Starman to work in the morning so I can take the car to work, I come home and Cartoonito is on. And I will tell you, for as long as I can remember, because let's go back, fellow millennials. I love you. You love me.
That's the song playing.
Stop it, Fake Queen. You're breaking
So-
my heart here.
Look at any of these
Literally
kids'
the
songs.
song that's playing in her nursery right now. as like her lullaby.
Yeah.
It's just like the instrumental, like
So it sounds creepy. That's because remember, these are little babies, and what they're trying to instill in a very young child.
That is very
Cut
soothing.
I'm turning it down.
it. The thing is, what they instill in those children, because these are, I am a firm believer in the drowning lessons because,
Ugh.
and I know it sounds iffy, and especially things because again, we have to remember Peachy has not been exposed to much in life. I knew about these lessons when I was in high school. And what they are is they have saved thousands of babies' lives. Because one of the number one things that kills young infants below the age of 2 is accidental drowning. And why that happens is because we were saying it off camera earlier. A lot of parents who are new parents and young, when you have an infant, and Faye can probably attest to this, you're not really worried about your 6-month-old infant opening your front door. So you kind of get in the habit of not really paying attention to your child opening a door. So when that child first becomes a toddler and is walking around, they have been observing you for their entire life opening doors. Kids tend to, with less attentive parents, or even just parents who are burnt out, it happens to attentive parents, unattentive parents, either way, a little child gets
You
out.
wait for 1 second and make yourself a sandwich.
And you blink, you pee, you turn to get them a snack. Toddlers are impulsive. And the idea that passes their mind is a great idea to them. So and they're fast. In the blink of an eye, a kid can be outside
Hmm.
and then be in your pool or in the creek or a river or a lake. And the thing is, if you are not quick enough, because children are very dense little creatures, they don't float very easy, and because they panic.
I'm sorry, my dog. I gotta let me take care of that. I'll be right back. Continue talking, by the way.
She gonna miss the point now, but yes. Um, because these are small creatures that are panicking, they tend to not make it because these are kids going, they're trying to call for help. They're crying. They can't control it. You have to put yourself in the mind of someone that only knows how to scream and panic. They can't rationalize anything else. They can't calm themselves down. A toddler will lose their shit if you give them a blue cup when they wanted a pink cup. Or they'll lose their shit because you gave them the blue cup that they asked for. So you're expecting this creature to now rationalize, I'm in water. I can't flail. So what do they do instead? They have created these lessons that teach infants from a young age not only how to swim, but also they test them in every outfit, in every situation, even in some different temperatures, to calmly and swiftly turn themselves on their back, keep themselves afloat, and spit out any water in their mouths. So, Peachy, when she talked about these videos, was very upset when she saw how they test these children because it is very much a yeet the baby kind of situation. They toss the child in, oftentimes fully clothed, because one of the worst times and one of the least attentive times for parents to notice is in the cold months, because that's when you're not outside. That's when you're not, used to going out there. So it's not your first inclination. And cold and heavy clothing make it 10 times more difficult for a child to be able to right themselves and be okay. So they have to make sure they do what they call the winter clothes test. And that's literally they put this child in heavy, fluffy winter clothes. And what's crazy is Faye Queen showed me this outfit today. I just watched a video today of a little girl in this identical outfit, which weighs close to 5 to 6 pounds when soaking wet, which is up to a third of the baby's weight. It's integral that a baby learns these things. One of my biggest fears is being trapped in a car, trying to get my kids out of the car seats in the back seat, which is why if you are a parent or even if you're not, there are devices you can buy. They look like little glue guns or hammers and they have a teeny tiny pinprick and they are designed to break glass like that. They also give you my husband actually has them from work. They have larger versions. It is a safety knife where it is I don't feel like getting up and getting it,
I
but
bought my
it
husband
is
a knife that has one of those like glass breakers on the end. You just like
right.
hold the knife and like break the glass with it.
The safety knife that I'm talking about is designed to slice through flat things. So
Yeah.
my husband has it because of work. So it is about that long and flat, and on the top it hooks over like this, and in the hook there's a very sharp blade. It's designed to you put it on the edge of the belt and you swipe down and it opens the belt up immediately. And
Yeah.
so
Seatbelt cutters.
yep, exactly. I know them as safety cutters. And car glass is almost impossible to break underwater. It's why you've got to get specifically the glass breakers. These things are designed to do it under high pressure. I think I recommended a video about this talk before the podcast. Funny how that works. That is actually kind of funny. But that's why for Peachy, and this is where, again, this is how you see, and this actually, brings a full circle on why being smothered as a child and being too protected, that is something that for most adults we see these lessons and it is not upsetting in any way for us to see it. We think, wow, there's a glass breaker that is powered by a piston. Exactly, you can get those ones as well. But like I was saying, for all of us in this chat, these are all very obvious things. We think about, wow, that's fantastic. A kid's not going to drown. Peachy was very much disturbed by it and didn't understand how that was even a thing. And we're still, as you guys saw, she's like, oh, I still don't understand because it doesn't get brought up to her enough. That's a very scary and sad reality.
There are parents out there that teach their toddlers too how to react when they're in water and to calmly turn themselves over, do it themselves at home if they
Yep.
have pools.
See,
I
if
saw a
the
video
legs on
about
the
it. Like I saw a video about it probably like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. There's just a dad who put his son in the pool and his son like starts flailing a little bit. And he was like, no, no, what did you do? And his son like calmed down, flipped over, and started like kicking his legs back towards the edge. And then he turned around and looked and saw that he was still a little bit away from it and kept turning around, seeing where he was, flipping back over and getting back to the edge. And his dad did not help him at all.
Mm-hmm. And they sometimes teach these kids if they're vocal, shout, make noise. And these are things that are just important. Like, there are some countries that apparently you don't have to worry about stuff, and that's great. Like, where safety for kids and a fly just dive by my ear.
Like there's a above ground pool at our neighbor's house next door, which it would take a lot for her to get up there because you have to
So good.
open the gate, which is like taller than me, taller than my husband. She have to unlatch the gate, go in there, climb up the
Like they're
stairs to their deck.
And the thing is, like, it's also a killer of cats and dogs. Like, it's something that is fairly often, like, every year, usually in the middle of winter, people who go ice fishing will find animals frozen in the ice. Uh, Something that happens fairly often to cats. Their paws get frozen to something, and then they can't move. Um, Deer, fox, all of them. This is something that it is important to teach. And that's why I do believe, like, if you have a body of water at your house, in my opinion, a fence, a cover, something to lock it up is integral. Like, there are because dogs tend to be they're very sensory. And I think I'll bring this up tomorrow night on the Amarada show, the Star Marada show. They'll do these stretch things, but if you only do a net, the dog can still break the net and get through. You really should get the tarp. That is I would say that'd be the most ideal. Get a tarp, make sure it's one of those strong nylon tarps, and have it stretched and really fixated to the pool. Because as someone who's experienced near drowning, and I was only in 10 feet of water.
Sorry about that.
All right, so Peachy,
Yeah, Pop-Tart got
you-
stuck in the toaster.
your Pop-Tart got stuck in the toaster.
One of them. This is only one.
So my question is, Peachy, how do you feel about the idea of teaching your child not to drown?
I mean, I don't want him dead.
Right? But why was it so surprising to you to even see the videos?
No, okay. And I've said this before off stream. I think this also probably comes from I have a fear of drowning myself. I've had two personal that I can recall of almost drowning in my life. So when I see stuff like this, it somewhat triggers something in me. Specifically, the videos. Let me finish chewing. Specifically, the videos of mothers when they toss their babies, like just randomly toss them into the water, and they see them flailing and like going about, and they're just, oh, look at them, and they're just smiling as this child is drowning in my eyes.
But they're not.
But I also get your point. I did hear some bits and pieces of when you said like you can lose it takes 2 seconds to lose a child and it takes 2 seconds for them to lose their life. And I guess to that I say if you don't live in, and I also grew up in an area where there's like literally no body of water near me. I don't have a pool.
I know where you live.
No, the closest area, if I were like 4 years old, it would have literally taken me hours to get to like the nearest like lake. Take me now 15 minutes tops, but
a pool.
we don't have a pool.
You don't, but you don't know if any of the neighbors do.
They don't.
There could be a hotel nearby.
There isn't.
YMCA. You don't know, but babe, that's what I'm saying. There could be a koi pond. You do not know the topography of every single house in your neighborhood. You don't know. A 10-minute walk for a toddler, or let's say they get out. How many times we've seen kids that get lost in the woods? You don't know. Even a small pond could kill a kid.
Crow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, well, we're not near any large bodies of water. It doesn't have to be large. It can be a koi pond.
Your kid can drown in 2 feet of water.
Less if they're not smart.
Uh-oh. Oh. Fake Queen, you kind of frozen a bit.
She freezing a little bit.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Y'all are delicate. Rachel, are you sure that is this life and not the last one? You just remembering it? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I guess now with this information, if I do have kids in the future, it's definitely something I have to keep in mind. But I wouldn't be in a hurry.
See, for me, Jade, I don't agree with it being trauma, in my personal opinion. Yeah. Here's why I don't see it as trauma. Here's why. I am a firm believer in you have to experience the bad first, so you understand how to. I believe in failure. I believe in failure. I think it's integral to a person's growth. I think if you never experience the failure or the scary or the traumatic, you have a much harder time getting through if it ever happens. You have to be like, my brother nearly drowned me because he wanted to teach me the dead man's float by almost making me a dead man. He grabbed me by my ankles, put me face down in the water, and dragged me around the pool. And he believed this would teach me. I drank more chlorine that day than ever mind. And I did learn the dead man's float, but I also float naturally because my ass is so big. That's the first thing.
That was oh, that's another story. Never mind.
And so what I was saying is, like, the kid has to learn the difference. And the thing is, they get past it, they grow with it, but they're babies in the scenario. I can understand that logic for adolescents, but that's the thing, they don't. Afterwards, the kids are quite happy and blissful. It teaches them to not be afraid of the water at all. And it teaches them that they can conquer that fear. it is a baseline thing. Like, I'm not saying the
Intricacies.
that's not the word. There's a different way of saying it. It's a different version, but either way, it's late and my brain is fuddled. It teaches the kids that after the panic, just like every other thing toddlers go through, like when toddlers have their first meltdown and they freak out and nothing changes, the kids eventually learn they can't have that meltdown and freak out, that they have to get past it. Hello, Dylan.
Hi.
Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. I'm not picking you up. No, you want pets? You're gonna come over here.
What do you want? Puckles, no. No.
Axel.
You want attention? What do you
What?
want?
You need me to look at you? Come on.
Animals just require attention tonight.
He has been him and Ryan have been all over me this week.
Aww. Because they can sense your sadness.
Well, they also.
But the thing is, Jedi is the whole point is to prevent your children
Wait.
from drowning when they're too young to learn how to do those things. When they're in full clothes, not when
It's
they're
meant to
actually able
replicate, because the thing is, Jade, it's not just tossing the kid in. It's meant to replicate if a small child gets in, how to right themselves in a scary situation, because the kid may be walking along and not paying attention, could fall into a pool that is tarped. And then they have that panic moment. You got to teach them to get past the panic. Because the thing is, if the kid only knows the soft and gentle approach, sometimes they don't understand that difference. So for me, again, I believe in the trauma, because then you learn to conquer it. Because the thing is, you can learn to always get the answers right on a test. But then what happens when you get it wrong?
You cry.
You cry, you flip out. Like, you know you could get it wrong. And so it's just stuff like that. Like, obviously, it's a little bit different. One's life-threatening, one's just a little disappointing. But the idea is still the same. I've met a lot of people who believe that no one should suffer and no one should go through any trauma. And they are the people that I know that have the hardest time dealing with reality.
But I think there's a difference between self-inflicting trauma and actual, like, natural trauma. Like, my drowning, my supposed drowning when I was, how old was I? Like 6 years old, right? That's not something my father went, okay, and just tossed me into the ocean. That happened because I think from what I recall, we were at the beach and we were like, Daddy, we want to go deeper. We want to go deeper into the ocean. And he was like, oh, it's not a great idea. No, we
It's
can
not
do
a
it.
great idea.
He's like, okay, I guess it's a pretty good idea. The narrator said it was not a great idea.
No.
So he took us out. We were in little floaties, right? We two separate ones. And I guess I don't remember all the details. Again, it's kind of wishy-washy. My dad had to take us back onto shore, but I guess he could only take us back one at a time, because if he tried taking us, two of us, it would just teeter. It was the waves weren't great. So he took my brother back first, and I was kind of just floating and waiting. But then I thought, I can swim back by myself. And the narrator said she could not swim back by herself. So I didn't let go of the floaty and try swimming. I tried kicking, but I guess, I don't know. I'm tiny baby, stupid arms, right? I ended up falling off the floaty, and
because you lack control,
proceeded to drown.
Yeah.
And my dad came and got me. I asked him about that years later. He was like, "Oh, it wasn't even that deep."
Here's the thing, fun
He's like,
fact.
Father, you forget I'm short, so.
I will tell you, knowing what I know now, so I used to be one of those kids that would go until I was up to my chin in the ocean. And I wouldn't do it fairly often because I had a healthy fear of jaws. And plus, when you swim in New England waters, I'm going to warn you guys, anything past 3 feet, you can't see the bottom.
No, that's another reason why I freaked out. And I need to ask you guys for your personal experiences too. Faye Quinn, have you ever drowned or almost drowned? Have you ever drowned?
I mean, I've gotten close a couple of times.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I remember specifically, this is something that's instilled in my mind. I had the clearest vision underwater when I was drowning. You know how your senses just kick into overdrive when you know you're drowning or you're dying? Like, you can hear everything, you can see everything, you can smell everything, like, your senses kick in. I remember seeing the water, not like the water's still dark, right? I remember being able to see my hands, I could see my feet, I could see a little bit of the ground when I had to kick up and push myself back up. And I remember, months after getting over it and going back into the water, I tried opening my eyes again, obviously blurry and murky and whatever. I still recall that and think it's how weird it was. And I
Well,
asked someone about that, and they're like, "No, that shouldn't be possible." So, did that happen to you guys?
It's
in
like
the lake it did, but not in the ocean.
Mine was
I
in the
think that
ocean.
was probably more of like a mental like response to you,
Maybe.
like because it's kind of like the same thing where like you can't lift. I would think of it as like the same thing where you become like able to do things you can't normally do. It's like the same thing of like not being able to lift very much, but your child gets trapped underneath something and suddenly you can lift like 3 times your body weight.
Mm.
So it could
That's
have been like an
fascinating.
adrenaline thing.
That was very
Rachel,
fascinating.
sharks that are on the reef are a lot different than sharks that are swimming near New England oceans, because you got to realize something. The ocean is completely different there. The topography is completely different, and the way they hunt is completely different. If they're near the shore, they are completely in hunt mode, whereas sharks often live on the reef. Those are usually reef sharks. And so might come up, they might test you. If a shark is near the surface and near the shore, in New England, they are chasing something, and they might mistake you for what they're chasing. I have been surrounded by large silvery fish being chased by larger animals just slightly off. And the thing about New England oceans are they are choppier, they are darker, they are colder, and the riptide is very quick. And so when you are on your tiptoes up to your chin in cold water and you cannot see the bottom, that is deep enough for a great white or a bull shark, anything to come in and take you out. That is very real, very possible, and they very much tell you don't do it. Like, they warn you.
That's
They
probably what happened to the dude that jumped off that cruise ship. I still think about him.
they honestly think they saw a shark in there, and that was in the Bahamas. And so that's the thing,
Yeah,
is
I
like,
know.
when you
They said
we
it might have been the current, which is I think is honestly worse. I think they said it might have been the current of the ship, the cruise ship itself, because it doesn't look like it's traveling very fast. But if you're in the water, the waves get sucked underneath the boat. So
again,
it's
it's riptide.
speculated that he might have just gotten, which
And
I
and
think is
that's the thing.
worse.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you got to realize that there's a lot more than just the sharks and everything else that's out there. You've got jellyfish, you've got man of war, you have got fish and other things that can hurt you. You can get a cramp. Everyone thinks New England's in the UK. I get that a lot. We're Rhode Island, so the New
Now we
England,
dump tea, suckers.
we only throw the in our oceans. If you the crack
Crack.
if you are not from America, or if you're not aware of it, even if you are from America, New England is the first original 6 states that were settled in America. They are they're part of the 13 original colonies. You've got these 6 states. You've got Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island.
I think we live in like the most haunted places in America too.
Rhode Island is considered one of the most haunted places in America, and it is the capital of vampire stories in America. It competes with New Jersey for the amount of ghost
I
stories.
gotta go to the little mommy's room.
Oh, go.
Huh?
She has to go to little mommy's room.
Oh, okay. And so when you go to New England waters, you have to realize there's a lot in there, because on top of it, those are high fishing areas. There's a lot of dump off areas. New England is a very large transport. So you got a lot of shit in the ocean. I told you guys the story about when I went to my husband's grandmother's house in upstate Maine. And I went out onto the sand barge, right?
Mhm.
And the sand barge, because the tide was very low, and when tide goes low there, it goes out for at least 200 or 300 feet. And out on the sand barge, there was an old mussel area. This was where a lot of seabirds were dropping mussel shells and grinding them up. The thing is, when you stick a 350-pound woman on that, and this is soaked deep, I sunk into the sand up to my knees
Ooh.
on both legs. and this is quicksand level stuck. You can't get out. I was stuck in there. And I'm very lucky I didn't get something jabbed into my leg, because these are old fishing ports. People drop knives, they drop glass, they drop metal, they drop anchors, there's old bones. And Nana gave me the biggest tongue lashing of my life. Do you have any idea what could have happened to you? Do you know what's in that sand? You're a fucking idiot. And I was like, yes, Nana. And mind you, I couldn't say fucking to her. But she was very mad at me, very mad. And I came in and I smelled horrible, because there is nothing like 3 feet deep of dead mussel shells. God knows how many years or centuries those mussels have been building up in that section. Ugh. So I smelled like fresh shit when I walked up, and I had to walk all the way through the surf, through the shore, onto the beach, up the stairs, across the lawn, and into Nana's house.
The walk of shame.
Oh, it was a walk of shame. I looked like I had walked through a sewer.
No.
Last time I was at a beach, I came back pregnant.
I would have liked that. The only babies I got was there were parasites were on me at that time. Thanks for that. But whatchamacallit. So, but going back to the original point is, if you swim in the ocean, especially in New England, number one, no matter what, you really shouldn't go that deep, because riptide exists everywhere. But in colder waters, it's much more powerful. And the thing is, a lot of folks, because we can't see it, because it's not a monster, because it's not some rope that reaches out and grabs you, it is a lot easier for us to dismiss it. For instance, with Rachel is used to diving in reefs. Rachel is used to diving in clear water.
That sounds nice.
It sounds beautiful.
Sounds lovely.
But the thing is, it's a lot easier to dive in that water for one very easy reason. You can see.
Yeah, Rachel, you do not want to go diving around here. Oh, no. That's
you can't see shit.
Nope. You never know what's. I got most of my childhood scarrings actually come from the beach, because I didn't see what was in the water.
In Rhode Island waters, when I used to go to Scarborough, right, you could be walking along and mind your own business, and you will straight up kick your way into a rock that is just a couple of inches off the surface. You could be in 3 feet of water, but there is straight up a rock somewhere right off the surface.
Mm-hmm.
I dove in Cali waters, then tropics. Okay, Cali waters are the same thing. California waters are way clearer than any New England waters. The closest you're going to get to is if you're in like upstate Washington towards Canada. That's when you're going to see more similar to us.
I think you'd have to see it to really believe it.
Yeah.
Like, you really have to, like, if you came here today, if I Thanos snapped you over here, right, and you looked in the water, you would say, nah.
It looks mucky. And the thing
looks
is
nasty.
Right? So but it's so nice. Oh, it feels so clean and refreshing. And the thing is, so like when it could be 99 degrees outside in Rhode Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like blistering hot, muggy, wet, slap you in the face weather. The moment you get past 4 feet, it is like an icicle in that water. I know Peachy knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is get to that spot, and next thing you know, the very top of the water is warm. The rest of it is freezing.
Yep. And I haven't been to the beach in forever, though. It's been a long. I never liked the beach. I never liked the beach.
I am someone that not only likes the beach, I love the beach. I love swimming in water.
I love the sand.
When I tell you,
man, it's coarse. It gets everywhere.
I remember it, but I don't remember where it's from. I love it. And whatchamacallit, like, I am someone that, remember how I told you guys I crave romance novels and romance stories? The other thing I've been craving now for over a decade is to go back into the ocean. And the closest I got, and I'm so mad, I had one day, when I went to Gothix's wedding last year, I had a single day, one day to go to the beach. That whole week, I went to Gothix's wedding. It was 90 degrees. Except for one day.
Oh, no.
The one day that I could go to the beach, it was 70 degrees and pouring rain.
No. No, it wasn't meant to be. No.
And the freezing wind was freezing. But I sat there. I at least stood there, spread my arms, and I breathed in that beautiful salty air. Because I'll tell you right now, you go to Myrtle Beach, you ain't smelling that. You smelling chlorine and fucking sunblock and depression. Maybe it's my Disney princess powers because I get pulled out to sea and spat back in the tumble. But again, it's different. Where on that coast, it's different, Rachel.
Mhm.
Everyone that I hear from California has different stories about the ocean than we do in New England.
Not even the fish in New England like the ocean. Like,
No.
it's bad.
Like, I'm trying to tell you, girl. I hear the stories you're telling. I understand. I hear all the time from West Coasters. Oh, I'm Moana. The ocean is a friend of mine. No, New England, the ocean's like, all right, bitch, you're gonna come in here. You're gonna get a little wet. You're gonna enjoy it. I got rocks and I got broken shells down here. Get ready.
There's probably bodies under there we've never found.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's murky. It's dark. You can't see crap.
I
Not
will
even
tell
scuba
you,
divers like going down there.
every time you go into the ocean in Rhode Island, you had to run past the jagged rock. So there's this whole area. Anyone I know for a fact it doesn't exist past New England. Because
It's
when I
just
went
us.
to the ocean down here, I was like, wow, the sand's soft the whole way through. I never seen that before.
No.
In Rhode Island,
It's like that in Kentucky.
it's soft the whole way through.
No, it's like jagged rocks to get to the
Mhm.
water.
I didn't even know
our
Kentucky even
beaches.
had an ocean.
We don't have ocean, but we have beaches, and our like the big lakes with the beaches are the exact same way.
Well, yeah, but the lake
Murky
is
water.
different. That's expected. Every ocean is like that in Rhode Island. You've got this like solid 3 or 4 feet over in front of the ocean, and then in the ocean you got another 3 to 6 feet of all rocks and jagged. And you got out
And all those stupid little broken shells. Oh my
razor clams
lord.
everywhere.
Oh, I
Razor
hate
clams.
those things.
I'll tell you right now,
Pretty
I
from
never
afar.
ate
Sucks
I
when you
never
walk
ate
on
a
them.
single razor clam till I moved down here, and it was this year. I didn't know you could eat them.
What's a razor clam?
You know those long shells that you always find that are half open and they jab you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, those are razor clams,
Oh.
and I'll tell you what, Peachy, they're 100% meat.
Oh. Ugh.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
I never got to find out until I moved here because the seagulls always used to get them first.
Interesting.
When I think yes, Jade, just if you've never seen the movie Dark Shadows, watch the movie Dark Shadows.
I was just
Those are all
watching
New
that the
England
other
beaches.
day.
Huh?
I was just watching that the other day.
Dark
That's
Shadows.
literally all New England beaches.
I miss having the time to watch anything. Good lord.
Let me tell you the shit about the East Coast Ocean. And the thing is, I love the East Coast oceans. I have gone to what everyone considers the good oceans, the clear, warm waters. It's shit. I ain't feel nothing but hot, salty sweat. I don't want that. When I am in the hot weather, I need to feel relieved. I don't feel relief when I get in the hot weather oceans.
Going to
I
a glass
just feel like
bottom
I'm
boat and going snorkeling is great.
Still hot. The
They
sun's
take
coming
you out
through the
pretty
water.
deep. It was pretty nice.
Now I'm regretting not sending specific postcards to start. Listen, just go look up my P.O. box. Tells the East Coast Ocean has fuck you energy. 100%.
You know what? You know what? Yep. That is it.
100%.
100%.
The ocean has Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut. That is exactly how.
Maybe that's why everyone here is so mean. Like,
we are not mean. We are honest.
true. Very true.
That's how I see it. But it's absolutely fucking.
Not when you're in middle school.
It's you better enjoy this. Oh, and the sand. Because it is such fine, fine sand. Oh,
I gotta go back to the beach one day.
I wanted to this year. As you all know, I had whole plans for this summer.
I was gonna go, because the beach is quite literally, the beach I'm thinking of is, literally less than 20 minutes away from me.
Here's the beach you should go
It's
to. I thought you said it
allergies.
was hours away.
No, 20 minutes. Well, 20 minutes?
You said it was hours for a
25.
toddler,
Good night,
now 20
Rachel. Sleep
25,
tight.
30 on a busy day.
Here's what I will tell you. You want to go to the softest beach in Rhode Island, go to Misquamicut, which still has a lot of those things, but at least the waves aren't as hard. There's another, like, I will tell you, it's like maybe a quarter-mile stretch where you can go call hogging. And I went, and I will say it's very low and there's not a lot, and it's very clear over there. And even then, I nearly got my ass bit by a giant ass crab. I was walking to that's the last time I've been in New England oceans. This was in 2014 when I was stuck there for a few months. And my friend Janice was like, we're going call hogging. I'm like, I've never been call hogging once in my life. She goes, well, you're going now. And I was like, okay. So, because my mom and dad didn't enjoy it, so we just never did it. You ever go to New England and you see out on these low tide areas a bunch of people in boots with big old rakes just digging through the surf? They're call hogging. They're looking for call hogs, which are clams.
Yeah.
And they are only native to Rhode Island. They are a Rhode Island special. And how you know you've got call hogs if they have the deep purple on most of their inside shell. That is a call hog. And they are one of the top. That's why if you watch Family Guy, the town is called Call Hog. It's a big thing. And
Rachel says, "There's no bodies of water near me. There's a beach in 20 minutes from me." No, because that during that conversation, you're talking about toddlers getting. No toddler is walking to a beach that's like 20 minutes away driving.
what if it's Usain Bolt?
What
As a toddler, he might have been a very fast child.
No, when I say 20 minutes, I mean not walking distance. I mean driving. It would take me hours to walk there, like, literal hours to walk there. The beach is like a city away.
And Roblox. The problem is, I don't know, Potato Gamer. I don't know if anybody. I don't think they can do about it.
No one's gonna give you money for your Roblox. Say you want beer, okay? You get a lot of money, so you want beer.
But no, I actually really
sorry
wanted
about
to
that.
come up for a weekend to like. I wanted to come stay with whatever friend had an empty room, and I just wanted to go to the beach for a day and swim again and just be in New England waters. And then, as you all know, I think pretty much like the moment I got sick in June, that's when everything went downhill.
Oh,
Because I was on the uphill, and everything's kind of sucked since then. But I've been fighting to get back. So pray, guys, next week, if everything goes well, I'll be back on the up and up. But
I'm still working on my up and up.
you gonna get there, baby. Just come in with mommy, and then you'll be fine.
You also
And,
probably
huh?
I was gonna tell Beachy, you should probably find time to stream sometime soon so you don't lose your affiliate.
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
On that, babe. Better get on that. But whatchamacallit? Yeah, my goal is next year, because the thing is, unlike most places that have beaches, if you want to go to the beach in New England, you have a very finite amount of time.
Mm.
You can go in late May sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait until June. You got late May till maybe the first week of September. And then after that, it's not worth going because you're already going to get too much chill. It's going to be too rainy half the time.
Yeah.
Or the water's just going to be way too cold.
Or the wind itself. It might be just my allergies kicking in full. I feel like my allergies have worsened in the last couple of years alone. So every time I go to the beach or somewhere, anything that's just too much, my eyes get so watery.
Because there's a lot of
It's
in New
awful.
England, there's a lot of grasses and evergreens
Mm.
in New England. I don't know if that's the case anywhere else, but a lot of fir pine trees and beach grasses are planted over in New England near almost every single beach.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So, like, if you have an allergy to evergreens, that is the worst place because the wind off the beaches there is like nothing else. I know the wind is always kicking up when you're on the ocean, but I will tell you what, I have been at the ocean in other states. I've been in Florida. I've been towards it in Texas. I have been off of large bodies of water in more towards the west coast, inland, obviously. And I will say at the top of a mountain, it gets a little blustery. Found that out in Gatlinburg. But I will say that the wind hits different. Everything's just... There's a reason why New Englanders don't like to leave New England until they retire. There's just something about New England you can't help but love.
It depends on where you live. Because I feel like I used to live in an area, I still live in this area, but it was surrounded by woods. It was beautiful. You heard critters, you saw deer. but they cut down a lot of the stuff for more housing and plants and it's awful. It's awful. I miss my woods.
I have to tell you though.
Hmm?
How long would it take you to get to Mystic
What's a mystic? Where
Aquarium?
Wareham?
Mystic Aquarium?
I've never been there. What's Mystic Aquarium?
What? What New
Like,
England child are you?
I've never been. Oh, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Maybe I have and I'm not remembering. It doesn't ring a bell though. Come on, Mystic. I don't think I've been through an aquarium before. Now that I'm actually racking my. Have I been here?
I need you all to understand that going to Mystic Aquarium, you go to Old Sturbridge Village, and you go to Mystic Aquarium. This is something that happens to every New England child, and I'm like,
if I have been here, it's been too long to remember. Like I
Think about her
genuinely.
parents, though.
but
I don't have any. I don't have any recollection of. No, the school was cheap. They only kept taking us to Zeitarian and.
Girl,
Boston
I went to
Museum.
cheap ass schools too. Don't at me with that.
The only places we really went to are the Zeitarian Theater, which is shut down now, and the Boston Science Convention, which is actually really nice.
The Boston Science Museum was one of the most expensive places to go. So that just proved to me you ain't going to no cheap ass place.
I've only been there like 3 times though.
I've only been like 4 times. 2 of them.
Really? I'm still salty about it to this day. We went on a particular, and I've said this before. I like to learn. I hate being told to learn. Like, so when we went to the science the museum one day in Boston. For those who don't know, the Science Museum in Boston is like one of the biggest science museums in America. Maybe
and when I tell you guys, it's like one of the things I like to do when I go back up north, if I can afford it, is go to the Boston Science Museum.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I fucking love it.
I love it too. But this particular day, they had an exhibit of Pompeii, and I was genuinely.
I was there that day.
Oh, you were?
I went.
Oh my gosh!
We could have been in the same building. Peachy.
I wasn't allowed to go in there. And I was so mad. And I am still mad about it to this day. Because I told my teacher at the time, teacher, can we go in there? And she was like, yeah, we'll do that later.
I will tell you.
Never went in. I'm still salty about it to this day.
I will tell you, they did actually say there were kids that were not allowed in there because it was brutal.
Really?
Like, it was.
I really wanted to see. I was fascinated. How old was I? I was young. I was probably 8. But I was fat. I was a weird child. I was fascinated.
That was 12 years ago, by the way, guys.
They haven't brought it back. I miss it.
Lottie, I am tired. I'm exhausted.
You were there that day? That's crazy.
I was there. So my coworker and I, we had found out about it and we were like, we're gonna go because Starman was working. He didn't want to go, and so we went. We met up. She picked me up. We took the T from I'm trying to think. Emerald Square, where North Attleboro. We took the T from North Attleboro into Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we walked, because back then Star Son could walk everywhere. We walked around Chinatown and then through the Boston Science Museum. And it was, guys,
no.
When I tell you, it was one of my favorite experiences.
Stop!
It's one of my favorite science experiences. It was so cool. But
I wanted to see it.
I cried because this was. So here's the thing, guys. This was not just a display about Pompeii. I was standing in front of the Pompeii body.
They actually had the body, and I was young. Why did I want to see that?
That's
but I really wanted to see it. I really wanted to see it.
And they actually had signs saying no talking. If you take photos, they cannot be flashed, and they did not want children running around because it was meant to be a memoriam and to be respectful to the dead. Because this was not just like mummies or anything. You were looking at it was brutal, guys. Like, it was brutal. There was one such body, the one that always sticks with me. There was 2 that really stick with me. There was I call him the man in the hood. They found him around, I think it was an archery course. And you could see that he had huddled up to a wall put his head down and wrapped his
Yeah, I
hand
know that
around
one.
the
It's a
wheel.
famous one.
And I stood in front of him, and it was the desperation. You could tell he just wanted. So think about it. He died so quickly that he just in that thing. But the one that broke my heart the most was the dog.
Dog. The dog.
The dog.
Oh, the dog. Not
And
the
it-
dog.
the
I remember
dog.
the dog.
I can't even describe it. I'm gonna show you guys.
No.
I'm gonna show you guys. I have to. I have to.
Ruin. I can't remember. I can't believe little baby Peachy was totting around being told what to do while Lady Starzan got to live the dream.
I
Like,
got to do it.
she got to actually
And that
do it.
night, my coworker had to stop me because I nearly punched out somebody in Chinatown.
I wish I could say, "Oh, remember the teacher yelling? A big teacher yelling at students." No, nothing of it. No, nothing of notice has happened except me just being salty throughout that day. I was so mad. Like, I really wanted to see it.
Let me see.
How old? You said it was 12 years ago?
That was
Every now
12
and then I'll pop out on the website hoping they bring it back, and I don't think they recently did
was-
King Tut, but it's not the same. It's not
when
the
I
same,
tell you
man.
that was a once in a like they literally said this is the dog.
Yeah, the poor puppy.
And the thing is, guys, you can clearly see that this dog died very rough.
Oh.
And I remember looking at its collar. And that's what really struck me was because that's the metal of the collar right there.
Hmm.
And if anyone knows dogs, this dog was writhing in pain.
Oh, baby.
It was
What kind of
flipping.
dog was it?
It was a breed. So they believe this right here they're showing. It was a very ancient breed. They believe this is what the dog must have looked like. Because you got to realize like, a lot of dog breeds were not very variety back then. This is thousands of years ago. So it was more closely related to, more ancient breeds.
Oh, and for those who don't know, on the off chance you don't know what Pompeii is, right? So to cut a long story short, to cut a long history lesson short, Pompeii, it's a volcano erupted in a little small city, in Italy. But no one knew no one expected it to happen, and the city was so small, and there was no evacuation notice. This was like an island or something, so no one could escape.
Believed that
and they were
prayed enough
all
that it'd be
caught.
fine.
They were all caught in the volcano eruption. It was like one of the biggest eruptions in history too. It's really tragic.
And if you want to do yourself a favor, because hold on, let me show you guys this.
It's also I'm so mad. You're like, oh, I got to see it. It's like,
so
it's awful. It is awful.
Yeah, a lot of these. So how these bodies exist is.
What about the couple?
I saw these ladies. I saw this man. I saw.
Lady Starzan got to see it.
I did.
Baby Peachy didn't get to see it.
Peachy did not get to see it.
Even if the teacher let me, like you said, if children weren't allowed, I wouldn't have been able to go in anyways.
It was definitely. If I recall very distinctly that they were like, if your child's in here and they are, whatchamacallit, causing a ruckus, they have to leave. But because they told you you need to respect that these are dead bodies. And so if you're looking at right here, right, if you're looking at all this, how these were discovered was Pompeii was kind of like something that was spoken about and heard about, but no one really knew. And I believe it was in the 1800s. They started noticing when they first found Pompeii, they started noticing these cavities. And if you're looking right here, you can see the cavity. But they were only like little holes, like about that big. And I believe one of them they popped open and realized that there was skeletons in there. And so one of the, and I'm obviously paraphrasing, this isn't exact, but the archaeologists who discovered them started pouring plaster into the cavities he was finding. And they found out that these cavities captured people in their last moments. So I need you to understand something, guys. The reason why you can see this dog in such clarity, that's all plaster. The bodies were smothered so quickly and it burned so hot that it created a empty cavity where the bodies were. And it captured the last moments of these people. In almost perfect renditions. And there were people that were lying together. These were young girls that were found huddling in a courtyard, and there's animals all over. They a lot of people did not evacuate because
They couldn't.
they couldn't. They didn't have enough time. There was warning signs.
Yeah,
but
I heard. I saw the movie years ago. Apparently, like there were people trying to warn the citizens. Like I forgot who found out. Like they were like a scientist or something, and they like, listen, this volcano is going to erupt. They tried telling everyone. No, a bunch of people didn't listen to them. I think he even went to like the king at the time and was like, you need to evacuate these people. And the king was like, this volcano hasn't erupted in thousands of years. It's not gonna do it now.
And on
And
top
no
of
one
this,
listened. No one listened.
Pompeii is not the only place, guys. Like,
No, but it's one of the more infamous ones.
It's the more infamous. This volcano eruption was so large that we're talking miles away. It rearranged the way the entire area looked, and it covered Pompeii so quickly that Pompeii is the most effective time capsule we have for the ancient world. And they are still uncovering things in Pompeii. They're uncovering frescoes and mosaics that are thousands of years old in perfect condition. These are certain things. So you want to delve into the things that fascinate me, the things that I will watch about over and over and over again. Ancient Egypt, ancient Rome,
love ancient Egypt.
Greece.
Yeah,
I love hearing, learning. And so that's one of the reasons why I enjoy science museums, because history museums, shock, shock, actually don't cover those things. They tend to only cover recent history or the history of the state that they're in.
the American history.
American
history.
Most museums in New England cover Civil War. They cover the Revolution. Because you're not just in Rhode Island. You have Roger Williams Park. Roger Williams Park has like all of these old Civil War and Revolutionary War houses and monuments and things. So it's like, I just said ancient Greece.
Apparently, Leonard Nimoy's house is like 20 minutes from mine. I didn't know that.
He's dead now, so his former house.
Well, but I know where he lives.
I
know where he lived. Doxing Leonard Nimoy.
But yeah, I get very fascinated with the ancient world. I enjoy, which is why I get a really big kick whenever I hear about all these people talking about fat phobia and the history of this, that, and the other. I'm like, have you opened a single history book? Do you know, like, that's why I don't really fall for a lot of the shit going on today, because I found most people don't like history. Most people don't learn about it. Most people don't care to learn about it. And it's because they think it's in the past, it doesn't matter. And so that's how so many people are able to fall for all this bullshit about colonizing and racism and this, that, and the other.
And why black people are afraid of water. We're all afraid of water.
Because before that, they never touched water at all. Okay, it's only the white man now. And so it's shit like that where, like, I marvel at it, because there is so much fascinating things if you learn about the Silk Road and the spice trades. And if you really want to see just a little bit of what I delved into, go look back on a video I did where it's The White Man Made Me Fat, when that little Indian girl tried to claim that the only reason she's overweight is because white men made India overweight, and that we caused famines and everything else, even though it's utterly not true. Museum near me has an exhibit creating the sugar beet.
The what?
The sugar beet.
What's a sugar beet?
Hold on.
What's a sugar beet? It sounds like a beet, but like coated in sugar.
Hold on.
But I do have someone's like Peach, you got a morbid fascination. No, I like similar to Starzan. I love ancient Egyptian. That's one of the reasons why I decided to quote unquote get my degree in anthropology, because there's no degree for archaeology for some reason, so it's the closest next best thing. And let me tell you, the stuff they're throwing at me now is nothing I'm interested in. The only thing I was interested in is actually the only thing that I've read that I actually did a good job on because I was actually interested in it was sorcery and witchcraft in modern day medicine.
Derp, it's actually not odd when you think about it, because this is what GMO is. And I find it very funny when people say it. Selective breeding of any kind is GMO. Anytime you selectively breed something to create a different outcome, you are genetically modifying that vegetable.
Is that what that is?
That is what it is. Now, the thing is, if you don't want anything GMO, don't eat carrots, don't eat bananas, don't eat cauliflower, don't eat broccoli, don't eat almost.
You're not taking away my broccoli.
I like carrots.
Nope, you can't eat any of that. If you don't want GMO, you can't eat any of that. You can't have any of that stuff.
But I like my carrots
because there's nothing wrong with them. Now, yes, if it's by Monsanto, whatever the hell that name is, I can't think. I'm getting.
You like broccoli, Fairy Queen?
Broccoli is delicious if you do it right.
It is. I hate. Maybe it's because when we make broccoli, it's like it's not even like it's like the microwave stuff.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it. It ruined it. My cousin though, he's a chef. I just discovered that I had a cousin and he was a chef and bought food from him. And the broccoli he made.
It's called shocking. I'll teach you.
So good.
That's the point. Is like a lot of folks sit there and go, "Oh, GMO." Okay, GMO has been a practice for thousands of years. Most of the berries, so almost all fruits, berries, and vegetables, and wheats and grains are GMO. You can call it whatever you want, but they're GMO. The only time it becomes something different is when they start going in and they start on a microscopic level removing things from certain seeds to make it taste different. All watermelon is GMO. All
of it. Watermelon.
All watermelon.
No.
Almost all melons.
No.
These are all things that are bred. If you eat a real banana, it's almost entirely seeds.
Corn. Have you seen a banana with the seeds inside? It's horrifying.
Yeah, they're little tiny fingerlings.
You gotta show the chat. I didn't know this was even existed until like a few months ago. Someone sent me. If you've never seen a banana with the seeds in them, you need to now. It's horrifying. Did you know that because we've grown fruits and vegetables a certain way to our liking, we've made them too sweet for animals to consume, and that's why animals in zoos had their diets changed. Oh no. That's actually kind of sad.
They believe that the reason why bees are having whatchamacallit, that bees are dying out is because we've brought too many foreign plants into America. And that is why, or we've done too much exchanging of foreign plants. This is what an original banana looks like.
My trypophobia is kind of kicking in when I look at these.
This is what a real banana looks like, guys.
No, show them the better pictures. There's more. There's a terrible picture. No, I gotta do this. Hold up.
I gotta do this, she says.
No, there was a specific photo I was shown. It's horrifying.
Well, this I know for a fact is how they look. It's big,
terrifying.
Thick, black seeds that are not very pleasant to chew on.
No, it doesn't taste like boba.
No, it tastes like sadness.
Boba's amazing.
See, look, that's a really great comparison, right?
That's yeah. My trypophobia. Be warned.
So this is what a real banana looks like. Let's just get this off. Hold on. I didn't even see that at first. But so that's the point, guys. Like, I get really tired of the same thing. Does anybody know what organic means? Fake Queen, natural. I know you probably know, so you hush. Does anybody know what organic means? Go ahead. Shout it in the chat. Because I get a big kick out of it. I get a big kick out of all this shit that people fall for.
Yeah, organic means natural, right?
Does it?
From the dirt.
So you don't think that when they do hydroponic that they don't call those organic?
I don't know what that means.
Organic only means no pesticides.
Oh, is that good?
So the thing is, that also means they're going to use more natural stuff. So that means you have a higher chance of salmonella and other deadly bacteria.
Wash your fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, we all do.
Especially no. You
No, some people don't.
on non-organic, you don't have to as much because
No, I always wash my vegetables and fruits. I don't care.
non-organic gets a waxy coating to protect it, and it has whatchamacallit, it prevents bugs. But if you like that, a lot of folks complain about pests in their fruit, right? Like that. Like I have opened plenty of organic edamame and found bugs in the frozen bags.
Ew.
You
You
want
get
to know
what you
something
pay
that'll
for.
actually freak you out, Peachy?
Oh no.
That most of all flowers, like you're in ridge, self-rising, almost all flowers have bugs in them.
Yep.
I mean,
Peanut
they're
butter too.
flowers.
No, she's talking baking flour.
Oh.
Almost all baking flour contains at least I think it's 5% bugs.
I
With
mean, I've been eating them this far. I've been fine, so.
and peanut butter, same thing. Like they contain at least I think 3 or 4% bug parts.
You take that back.
Huh?
I once
take
opened
that
a bag
back.
of flour because I did
I
not know
love
this.
peanut butter. Not my
I once
Skippy.
I once opened a bag of flour because I was going to make a cake, like from
Ooh.
scratch, make a cake, and found like little bugs crawling around in this unopened thing of flour that they had
Ew.
apparently hatched. Yes, it is a thing.
Oh.
It is a
Um,
thing.
So that is a thing, and here's why. So if you leave flour open, and this is something I've noticed, including working at a restaurant, even when we're cleaning up, something humans do, and I don't care who you are, everyone's guilty of it. Because we don't see it as food because it's not in a food form, we don't realize it's food to something else. For instance, cardboard. Cardboard is food to bugs. We don't see it as food. So when we let it get wet or we leave it out, we think it's just cardboard. And then when the roaches show up, you're like, how? That's because they're eating it. And so the same thing happens with flour. There are specific breeds of flies and moths that eat flour. Just
Here's the
flour.
thing. No, this was an unopened bag of flour. Like I had
Yeah,
just
they can get
opened it.
in. They can crawl
Okay.
in because the glue is because I know
Oh.
because the glue is not strong enough. If there's even a microscopic hole, because these are not sometimes all the female needs to do is lay the eggs near it, and the worms can crawl in through the cracks.
Because yeah, these look like more like beetle-looking things than
Yeah.
like a moth.
Did
Yeah.
you still make the
That's
cake?
the thing that I know what you're talking about because I've seen them. Because for the longest time, I would put back the flour at my house and I wouldn't think about it. And my mom would yell at me. And then one day I saw them. And that's because they were so yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of people just don't realize it's actually an allowed max number of bug parts and rat hair in food products. Yep.
Ew.
It's how it is. There is an allowed number. If folks really understood how the FDA works and what they allow, I think a lot of people wouldn't eat at all.
FDA? I don't
And-
sell medical products.
Hi, Liko. You don't know who went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands and then touch the produce, right? Oh, when I tell you guys, let me tell you something. As someone with IBS who's worked in markets and in restaurants, when I tell you, wash your shit. Because a lot of people will go into very public bathrooms and do very disgusting things and walk right out. Promise you that. It's disgusting, but it's true, which is why Starson always has a tiny bottle of Lysol, a little packet of sanitary wipes, and a little bottle of hand sanitizer at all times. Because I don't trust nobody. I have actually personally cleaned bathrooms when I go into them so I can use them.
See that little window right there by the stairs?
Yeah.
My hand sanitizer sits there, so when I go up those stairs to the bathroom, I can
That looks
hit it.
very convenient.
keep going.
Nice little window. Hey, sweetie, your little dinner's ready. You just put the little dinner on the window, and they can just collect it.
George Carlin was ahead
Get a
of
little
his
bell. Ding! Dinner's ready.
If you freeze it for a few days, it does kill the eggs inside flour. This is very true.
Oh.
Also, most parasites in fish will die within 78 hours if you freeze them. And I mean a hard freeze. So that doesn't mean once you put it in the fridge up until 78 hours later. No. You have to make sure it is frozen solid. And then from when it's frozen solid, count to 78 hours. And then the parasites usually get killed.
I don't eat a lot of fish.
For me, and I haven't even been to sleep yet. Why is it always when I'm eating? This is the thing, guys. If you were fine before and you've been eating that way your whole life, why does it change it now?
Because now we're smart enough to know.
I still eat. I have found parasites in my smoked fish. Do you know what I did? I pulled out the worm and I kept eating. Because the thing is, they're there anyways. They are there already.
Nah. One little parasite. I'm like, no, there goes that fish. No more.
Oh, speaking of which, because this just kind of made me. Did you guys hear about that guy that like caught a fish and he went to cook it and found parasites in it? Didn't cook it all the way and ate the parasites and was surprised that he ended up with a tapeworm.
Yeah, that's something. Don't fucking do that. If you catch fresh fish, this is something I've seen a lot of people do. Do not fucking do this.
Oh, don't fish in the ocean around here either.
You can fish in the ocean. If you do not either freeze or fully cook it, don't be one of these dumbasses that makes fresh sushi out in the ocean. Are you dumb?
Why did they do that?
Because
I'm
they
feeling
want
better. Akuma, thank you.
They think that they are being all natural. No, you're just being all stupid. You have the last two brain cells and they're competing for third place. You are being stupid for the reason of being stupid. And it's that's how you get parasites. And there are people who have died from too many parasites. These are creatures that are designed, they are morphed, they have evolved to only go after the creature they are in. They have an entire cycle. They go through the poop of a seal to find another of the fish that they go into, and the cycle continues. Okay, so when
parasites are horrifying.
Well, here's a problem: a lot of parasites are specialized. So when you have a parasite that is in the body of something it's not specialized for, parasite's going to find its own way, and that's how someone gets sick.
The only parasite I ever want to associate myself with is with the anime itself, because I heard it's really good. I never
eat halibut. As long as it is fully cooked and have been deep frozen before, you are fine. That is the main thing. They actually did a whole study. I watched it because I eat sushi. I watched an entire study on what makes sushi grade, how you make fish sushi grade, what is important about it, this, that, and the other. As long as it's been frozen for 78 hours, hard freeze, you are safe to eat it. There are certain fish that no matter how long you freeze them, you shouldn't, like Annie was talking about. So just make sure it's fully cooked. Those are the intense and important things you need to know. Fully cook your food. That is what you have to remember. And so there are certain foods you can do it with. This is like, I just released that video about that model the week I was in Gatlinburg. Right? Cats control. Yes, they have. You think it's funny? It's true. They have found out that toxoplasmosis is a parasite that does exist in cats, and toxoplasmosis, when it infects rodents, it actually makes rodents more apt to approach cats, so that way the cat will eat the rodent, and then the cycle can continue for the toxoplasmosis, which is why women who are pregnant should stay away from cat boxes of cats that have eaten rodents. Toxo only is born in rodents, but it can only thrive in cat stool.
So I want to clarify on this. It's not that they have to stay away from cats that have eaten rodents. That is correct. But they also are worried about is the main thing you have to worry about is you have to stay away from your cat's litter box if you are pregnant. If your cat has ever been outside and has the potential to have been in the grass where a rodent has been present. I could not change my cat's litter box the entire time I was pregnant, and my husband hated it.
Yeah, it's 2 years. So the cat has to have not ingested any rodent for up to 2 years for their poop to be safe.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's why, like, my sister-in-law, when I went to Gatlinburg, I said, "You can't come near my house." She said, "Why?" I said, "You cannot go in my cat box room because I know for a fact at least 3 of my cats have eaten rodents in the last year." As you guys know, when I got that wheat litter, and then the mice came in because they smelled the wheat litter.
Ooh.
So, and I know for a fact because I found the remnants of half the mice.
Oh.
Literally half the mice.
There was a thing I personally call it the Great Mouse Massacre
Oh god.
that happened around my area that one particular year, and it never happened again. Where my brother and I, when the good old days, we would go outside and just play. Remember that, kids?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So we would go outside and play, but every time we did, we'd always find dead mice. Like, not just one or two, like, they'd be littering the street. Dead mouse, dead mouse, dead. Everywhere you look, dead mouse, cut in half, torn to bits, ran over by a car, brains came out. Like, every worst way a mouse could die, that's what we saw. And we're like, what is happening? And we couldn't for the life of us figure out what was going on. And after that particular year, it never happened again.
So
I have no idea to this day what happened.
So sometimes you will get a blight of mice at certain farms, and it can be in the thousands. And sometimes what happens is they will get poisoned and they have to escape where they're from, or they try to migrate. My cat went hunting season and massacred 7 mice in one day.
Oh no, the Great Mouse Massacre.
And so it's like, you know, a lot of people, getting back to the topic at hand, when it comes to food, I have found most people don't educate themselves on anything.
We just see food and we eat. We're very simple creatures.
No one looks at the ingredients, and I have been staring at the ingredients of my food since I was very little, because my mother was one of those people that was like, hydrogenated oil, trans fats. That she was all about staying away from it. No dyes, no this, no that. She was all about natural food. Great, fantastic.
You just said dinner and we'd say okay. And we just eat.
My mother was very big on telling me what was good and bad in my food. And when my cats got sick, all at the same age, again, that's why I was so like intense with Zorro. Because for the first 2 years of life, he ate shit food. And ever since then, all of my cats have been on high quality food. And all, like, Zorro was already exhibiting dangerous signs even when he was 11. Not horrible like my other cats. But none of my cats have the tooth or any issues that he had, because I've kept them on high protein, low grains. Your food is important. And that's why it's like when Peachy's like, I'm eating my Pop-Tart. I'm like, why?
What's wrong with a Pop-Tart?
I like my Pop-Tarts.
I don't even like Pop-Tart, but that one was actually pretty good.
But they're usually like a snack or a quick breakfast if I don't have time to cook.
I don't eat them for breakfast. I can't eat them for breakfast. They're dessert for me.
Ask me the last time I've had a Pop-Tart.
When's the last time you had a Pop-Tart?
2018.
That's not bad.
And I had it because it was the pretzel ones.
The only ones besides this particular Pop-Tart that I just ate, because I found out recently, wow, it's actually not that bad. The cinnamon ones I love. That's literally it. I won't touch any other Pop-Tart. Just cinnamon ones and like this one.
We keep them around because he wakes up really early and then I'm busy in the morning. So if I feel like I don't have time to cook or too much is going on and I don't want to cook breakfast for me, I'll like do something quick like a Pop-Tart or like frozen waffle or something that'll just take really quick in the toaster, or he can grab them for breakfast for something really quick. Sometimes I'll have them as a snack, but I usually don't eat a lot of them in a day.
Yeah, they're good grab and goes.
I'm at home and they're way better for you.
You can make them at home, you said? Ooh.
I am all about.
Sounds
because the thing is, a lot of those contain. So if you experience depression, anxiety, things like that, avoid foods like Pop-Tarts.
Why?
because number one, a lot of those sugar alcohols, a lot of those dyes, and a lot of just the refined sugars in it are very bad for you. So if you have ADHD, on top of all of those, they've actually shown a lot of those products are damaging to your mental health. And
I don't need a map. I don't eat mad often.
here's what I will tell you. There are healthier options, and there's also ways to make it for yourself. Like, you can stick them in the freezer, and then you can still toast them to the same amount of time. There's ways to make the which I believe personally, the toaster, the pastries. What are those ones like Pillsbury?
Oh,
I
toasted strudels?
Toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel. I find those
Toasted strudel.
yeah,
You gotta
I
say it like
find them
the
to be superior to Pop Tarts, and
They're good. They're
they're actually
expensive
not that
though.
bad. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and I know exactly how to make those. You can pre-freeze them and have those ready at home for you to pop in the morning so you can eat something. Peachy's face went when it starts to avoid Pop Tarts. I do not have most processed foods. The closest thing I will get to processed foods is when I have some of my Asian foods because they love processed shit. Um, but even then, like, I'm really careful about what I'm getting, and it typically is frozen, not shelf steady. Because I try to be as good as possible. And again, I have discovered that, and it happened. The reason why I know now that it's true is because it happened to me. Um, I don't drink soda, and especially after I took Saxenda, I can't have soda for more than a couple of sips because I get like the sulfur burps, and I feel sick for days, and my legs
Yeah,
swell.
they say that once you quit, if you go back to it, it's like way too sweet and like the carbonation and everything.
It
I
hurts. Like,
try to drink. We keep soda here, but I also try to drink like juice and other things too. So I'm not like constantly drinking soda every day, all day.
the only time I can have
Oh,
soda is when it's from a fountain. If I have it in a can or a bottle, I never finish it. It has to be from a fountain, and even then I don't finish it. I have a couple of sips and I'm okay because there's at least fresh water involved in it, and mostly it's ice, so I'm all right. But even then I rarely have those. Why I say all that is, you know, when you have a lot of these products, once you fall off that wagon, it can actually throw off your entire eating system. Because, like Faye said, you can't go back to it, right? When I went out with my sister-in-law, go back a few years ago, I could have eaten that meal and it wouldn't have bothered me at all. I mean, obviously, I'd still have been unhealthy. We went out to a restaurant here, and I could tell almost everything they have is not only prepackaged, but it's very highly processed. And I had a couple of the things. It threw off my hunger cues.
mm.
It threw off my cravings, and I was severely swelling for weeks. Weeks from one meal. And I say that because a lot of folks, when you're always eating that stuff, just like how I talk about with mattresses and pain and everything, it's a low hum. You don't notice how bad it is. So when you might get a sugar spike, or you might decide to eat stuff that's crap, or for instance, get hangry because you're hungry in the middle of the night because you might have avoided food all day, peachy. You get all these issues, and then you might have problems where you might hit depression really, really hard, and it's much harder for you to get out of it than usual. Or maybe you have a hard time concentrating on things, you have a hard time continuing and finishing projects, you have a hard time motivating yourself. Peachy, is any of this kicking in for you?
You trying to say, Starson? what
And
what is this?
And the reason why I say this, because I had to tell my husband the same thing. My husband, who does have anxiety and depression, who is, taking medication for it. My husband, who, when he stresses, stops by the gas station and gets Swiss rolls and gets peach rings and buys an energy drink. Highly processed, refined sugars, all these artificial flavorings in it. And then he stopped calling me out, Star Son.
I
And
know.
and then when my husband out of nowhere gets an anxiety attack, his joints start hurting more. He might cough a little more. Oh, and then on top of that, his depression kicks in. And I go, "How many times did you go to the gas station this week?" "Oh, it doesn't matter." You guys don't realize, like, that's why I brought all this up. You should really take the time. Look at what you're eating. Look at what you're drinking, what you're putting in your mouth. I'm not saying you can't have it ever at all. But and again, I'm not disparaging these girls either, because even I was kind of like someone where I'd keep my morning routine. I'm telling you right now, I was even someone's like, oh, you have it once a week, you're fine. Oh, you have it twice a week, you're fine. I'm saying once a year, twice a year, because you don't realize how badly these things affect you until once you cut it out and you start replacing. Like, I don't buy potato chips I used to buy every week for Starman. I would get potato chips, I would get pretzels, I would get off-brand Doritos, and we'd always have them in the house because we always wanted our salty foods. Now, I have my cheese. I have my Fontina and my mozzarella cheese, and that's
I
it.
love mozzarella cheese. That stuff's actually pretty good.
And Del Dragos is a great snack, and it's a high protein. I try to have nuts instead. Or
What about Baby Bell?
Baby Bell is fantastic.
I love Baby. I've never bought Baby Bell. No, I've had Baby Bell before. I've never bought a whole thing of. I've never thought. I completely forgot it existed.
And that's what I'm
Oh my
saying. So
goodness.
instead of reaching for a Pop-Tart when you're hungry,
I had one Pop-Tart. I
that's
didn't
not
even eat
it. I'm
those.
just saying. I'm using it as an example. So, like, let's say it's the middle of the night and you're getting hangry, but you can't get a full meal. Do you know how much protein is in just 2 things of Baby Bell?
No.
You'll get a lot more protein in there.
I
and
love
that's
Baby
gonna
Bell.
fill you up faster, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, true. I
Are
love
they a
Baby Bell.
shelf stable? Not quite, but that's okay. You need some squeaky cheese, right? Like,
I
here's-
love cheese. It's like cheese is my kryptonite. I ended up in the hospital because of cheese.
Over here, I try to like cook.
Right.
I've been trying to like do less like frozen veggies if I can, and buying more like fresh veggies to make our meals with. Sometimes I'll cheat, or sometimes I just can't find it. Like, you can't find fucking peas. You can't find peas. Like,
And
look at-
frozen is actually some of the best you can get. Like, over canned, because canned is usually salted. Frozen's
Yeah.
actually the better option because that's actually picked really fresh, and then it's flash frozen, so you're getting the best chance for nutrients that you would get.
I actually
Yeah.
really like peas too.
Yeah, it's like you can never find them like fresh. It's always frozen. Always fucking
And it's
frozen.
so hard. Like, once you get them fresh, you've got to do the entire work too. So it's like, it's
Yeah, I mean,
difficult.
it's not hard to pull like to do that though. I'm
It's
just like,
time-consuming, I
There's
think.
nothing better than a fresh vegetable. Like, I actually love fresh vegetables.
look, if I can take the time to clean chitlins, I don't mind taking the time for peas.
Have you did you wow, hang on. Sweet potatoes. Like or don't like?
Despise.
Like,
Thank you.
husband loves.
Thank you, Fake Queen. That was the right answer. Correct.
I am not gonna say no.
How do you hate sweet potatoes?
Because they're sweet. I don't
They're
like sweet stuff like
amazing.
that. But I'm
Especially with that marshmallow. Ooh.
You know what you're never gonna
marshmallow
hear out of my mouth? You ain't never gonna hear this shit out my mouth.
So I wasn't gonna
know
say
why?
eat vegan food.
I actually find
Vegan
soy
food's
milk.
heavily processed too.
Exactly. Faye Queen took the words right out of my mouth. Do you know some of the most highly processed food is vegan food?
I don't like
Some of the
vegan
most
food.
artificial
It's
stuff
all
is vegan
like-
food.
It's all imitation meat, stuff like tofu and different things like that they try to make taste like the real thing, and they like do a lot to it to make
They're
it
full
like
of alcohol,
meat-free.
sugars,
It's
dyes.
very, very highly processed.
It's so bad for you. Soy milk, any nut milk. Look at the sugar content in that shit. It's so bad for you. Like, and the thing is, because just like with any juice, you've taken away all the health benefits. When you strip it down of the pulp, the fibers, all of the meat, and you take out the juice, you're just left with the sugars and some flavorants. It's not good for you. If you can't have regular dairy, just don't have it then. Just deal without it. Don't cancel me, Shadow Warden. But I love barbecue. No, the thing is, having tofu by itself is fine. Having tofu by itself is fine. It's when they
We're
take
talking about things
tofu
like tofu burgers, tofu hot
turkey.
dogs.
Like, that's when it's bad. Not only that, but I got news. I've got news for you guys. You
Ooh.
know what they've discovered? Hey, vegans, plants talk. They've discovered
Oh yeah.
plants can see you. When you stand next to, they've actually shown plants acknowledge certain people, can recognize certain people, and can see you. Plants that are in duress produce up to 20 sounds per hour. Plants that are calm
no.
produce just one sound an hour.
Don't say that.
You're
Oh,
vegans.
we've killed so many of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
grass screams.
Huh?
They've actually they have discovered there are certain sounds that grass makes when it's being cut, and it is akin to their screaming.
Oh,
The smell of fresh cut grass is a whatchamacallit, is a danger signal. They are releasing that out of stress.
that's actually horrifying.
And they have found out animals can hear the plant sounds. They
Why would you
produce an
say
ultrasonic scream. Exactly, potato.
Now I'm gonna
Monk
be
fruit
sad
Jr.
every time someone's cutting their grass.
So that's why when people
Oh.
sit there and go, "Oh, well, plants are better because you're killing less," you still killing something. Watch a
Mm.
sunflower and tell me it's not alive.
I actually always like sunflowers.
Do you know why they're called sunflowers? It's not because of what they look like.
It's
'Cause
because
the
they
sun-
follow the sun.
They follow the sun.
Oh,
every
seriously?
day. Yes.
Yeah. Like, so wherever the sun is, you can see them turn direction to follow it. Like they integrated
That's
that
actually
into
pretty
games
cool.
too. There are games where there are sunflowers and you can watch it happen because they've replicated it. Minecraft is
That's
one of them.
really cool.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, if you notice at night, flowers close up and then reopen. Don't tell me plants aren't alive. Look at a Venus flytrap.
Well, now I don't want to own any. I couldn't. I don't have a green. I wish I could have a green thumb. My great grandmother had an excellent green thumb. I don't.
They found out if you have a nice voice and sing to plants, they grow healthier for some reason.
Yeah, that's been a while that you talk to and sing to your plants. They've known that for a while that they grow a little bit better.
And they discovered including
Teach you and
music.
educate you.
But they actually found out that it doesn't matter if it's rock music or classical, as long as it's music.
It's just rock music.
Yeah, I'll go
sounds
out there
funny.
and jam to some AC/DC with
Just
my
some-
fucking flowers.
Just disturbed. Oh wow!
Uh-huh. And that's the thing. It's like,
Can you feel that?
and so like, you know,
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
careful.
Oh yeah, no.
So vegans are playing right. And so it's like, that's why I find it hilarious. You know, a lot of people don't do this research. A lot of people don't really realize just how much nature moves with or without us. And watch how a tree does. I knew about the sounds and the grass smell, but I want to hear more about them seeing you. It's a very new study. They just came out with it a couple of weeks ago, but they have discovered that the plants can see you. Trees communicate. They have found out about that. Yep. Trees can communicate for several miles. Think about it. How can they not be? There are literally male and female plants. I don't know if you knew this, Peachy, but there are male and female plants.
Yep.
You know, the more I learn, the more I feel bad about being a human. Like,
Why?
because we
how
are
they
bad
reproduce.
humans. We have done
Bees-
nothing.
So bees, moths, and butterflies and all them, the ones that pollinate flowers, are the ones that are like helping them reproduce. That's what
Yep.
they're doing.
Yep. Fun fact, though, most moths
They're like
you
little
see
storks.
cannot eat.
When a mommy plant and a daddy plant love each other very much, they hire a bee.
No, the bee is quite literally the stork. Like the stork that carries the baby.
So, like, for instance, if you want walnuts, like, I found this out. Granted, my whole walnut story has really, like, you know, evolved into a fiasco. But if you want walnuts, you can't just have one tree. You have to have males and females to propagate with each other, and they cannot be too close and they cannot be too far. They have to be just the right amount, so that way the pollen can travel properly. And so you did a tree throw an apple at Isaac Newton then, right? And so these are things that I'm talking about, guys. Like, you know, this is
Pocahontas was right.
Pocahontas knew all along. But you know, the thing is, like, when you think about this stuff, how do plants see you? That's the thing, Aaron. We think in terms of eyeballs. So this is something that I call it the arrogance of humanity. Because when we look at something, it does not have the same biology as us. We can't understand it.
How
But
do bats know where things are and they're blind?
They use
How does-
supersonic sounds, right? Sound
Right.
waves.
you know, they may know where the light is, but technically light is happening all day long. How is a sunflower checking the sunlight unless they're directly moving with it?
The bees whisper to them.
Uh,
They
I
feel the heat from the rays.
yeah, probably that too.
Right. But that's my point, is technically all over you've got the light everywhere. So these are things. So the woo-woo people I see hugging trees were onto something, sort of, but they'll still be vegans. So it's just, overall, I find it very fascinating. I think a lot of people don't research their own food. They don't research what really goes into these things. And they really don't know much about nature beyond what they are told is what they're told. I personally, I found out there's a tofu that's made with eggs. I have it in my fridge. I can't wait to eat it.
Tofu
Kinda
that's
really
made with
wanna
eggs.
Huh?
Tofu that's made with eggs?
Yeah, egg tofu. I'm excited to eat it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and then back to the thing about Sarsan saying about processed sugars. My dad was in the military, and he had like diabetes for me. Like he's had diabetes for a long while, but it's actually not due to his like sugar intake. I think he just randomly ended up with it because from the time that he was young, like when he started joining the military, he got very routine in the things that he did and ate. And I remember one day I made an apple pie at his house, like from scratch, crust, filling, everything. Made an apple pie at his house. Part of making the filling involved sugar.
Mm.
Guess what I forgot to put in it?
Oh no, the sugar.
I forgot to put in the sugar and I baked it. Pie came out fine. I cut a piece. I think it's way too bland. Like, it's not sweet at all. Very bland. Not a good apple pie. He doesn't eat very many sweets, but he came and tried some like he normally does, so he'll have a bite or two. Apple pie was perfect to him. Perfect sweetness. Not a drop of
he liked
sugar
the
in it.
sweetness of the apples,
Yep. From just the fruit. Like
which I'm
that
like
was perfect sweetness to him.
that.
wow.
That's how I am. I prefer no sugar. If I don't have to add sugar, I prefer not to. Now, in a thing like, teriyaki sauce, I actually try not to use anything but like a little bit of brown sugar. I mostly use honey. Like, I try to avoid using any plant sweetener. Like, even though, yes, monk fruit and agave nectar are more natural, you are actually still, again, refining the sugars, and it's too much. One of the best things to use is honey, because that one has the most benefits overall. You get more vitamins with it. So the puke is the best thing. Fun fact, honey is bee puke. Or,
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting tired. I'm not gonna lie.
I am too. I'm gonna answer this one last question, then I'm gonna get ready to go because like my throat's getting sore. Hold on. Study shows.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm
my
making
eye is
pepper
killing
steak for
me.
dinner today.
You made
Ooh.
pepper cake?
Yep, I'm making pepper steak.
Nice.
Oh, pepper steak. I thought you said pepper cake.
I am thinking about nothing but Baby Bell now. Baby Bell cheese.
Yep, I bought some meat from the grocery store and it's all like butcher stuff. And because that's all they have. Like, you have to go up to the butcher's counter and tell them what you want. They cut it for you if you need it cut, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So I got some like cheap-ish beef to cut. It's like a flat steak thing. And I have my peppers that I have to cut. So I've been trying to like really just make sure all my ingredients are like fresh things if I can.
I've got 3 things to answer here. Ready? First of all, Annie, there are people who genuinely believe that you're not slaughtering a single animal if they buy the meat from the store. They do not understand that that meat did come from an animal at some time.
I know.
Second of all, there's a very easy way to do this, Potato Gamer. look up a recipe for the sauce for orange chicken, and then you break down how to replace everything, and then you just experiment. That's the best way to do it. Typically, that's going to mean you're going to have to take apart a lot of oranges and find a sweetener that's healthier. Third of all, going on what Aaron asked, this study started in 2017. Other observational research reveals plants have visual capabilities we just do not understand yet. For instance, it reported in 2014 in Current Biology, the climbing wood vine Bocchilla trifoliata can modify its leaves to mimic the colors and shapes of its host plant. So this is something where obviously they are able to see, we just don't understand it. A tiny pilot study found that the so-called chameleon vines mimic plastic leaves, but experts say poor study design and conflicts of interest. So the thing is, some people would argue is, well, clearly this plant is just imitating the pigments that it's found in the plant that it's already on. But a plastic plant, how are they supposed to be able to do that? There's a whole thing involved in it. But the point is, what it really boils down to is we do not understand nature, and a lot of folks, the general person, which Peachy, I know it
And
seems like
one day they'll come to get back at us.
yeah. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to use Peachy as an example, not for any other reason than she is like most folks. How many times did we see Peachy's mind blown tonight on stuff that for me, I've known for ages? Most people I know would react like Peachy because most people just don't figure it out, or they don't care to figure it out, or whatever, what have you. And I want one shadow warden. They are very expensive, and so that's why I just don't have bees. But I support a local bee farmer, and that is why I'm able to sit in this room, even though my allergen is acting up. But you're welcome, Aaron. That's what I will tell you guys.
For the vegans out there, I just wanted to say that I had for dinner today what was called a barnyard burger. Want to let you know it was a large beef patty topped with brisket, onion rings, and an over easy egg.
Mm.
So I personally prefer the Noah's Ark. Do you know what the Noah's Ark is?
No.
So usually you're going to have a beef patty, bacon, chicken. You have all the animal products, like pretty much every animal product you can get. Like you can have some kind of turkey on
I
there or
did have
something.
bacon on mine now that I think about it.
Yeah, and then you add like as many like me personally, I am ready to eat as many animal products as possible. That's when I feel my best. Last night my boss cooked for all of us, and she bought everybody a T-bone steak, and I was just sitting there dancing in my seat. I was quite happy. But all right, girls, why don't you take us out? Peachy, why don't you start us off?
Yeah. So everyone who's watching, thank you very much for coming on tonight. You can find me on Twitch at just Peachy, same spelling as it is in my name down below, except there's an extra E. Why? Because apparently the original Just Peachy is somewhere else and it's not
There's an
me.
extra E in the beginning, not at the end.
Oh yeah, sorry, extra E in the beginning of Peachy. So it's JUSTPEEACHIE. Got to stick with that gamer girl rhetoric. Uh, Shout out to you if you understood that. That's all I got. Feel free to follow me there. I need more followers. Maybe it'll motivate me to actually go on stream again.
And then as for me, it is okay. As for me, it's my birthday week, or come Sunday, it's my birthday. I'm trying to reach affiliate, so if anyone who wants to come by, say hi to me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Think of it as a birthday present. Just drop a follow, stop in, say hi, leave. We have a fun time. I VTube. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. We talk about random stuff. I play some games. It's fun.
Oh, and it's my turn, I guess. And as for me, now that I am recovering a little more, I'm going to try to get both videos that were supposed to be released last week and this week done, and out this week. And one is another short form. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm trying to kick the algorithm's butt by love bombing it. I'm going to try to get some videos out. Please make sure that you wish Faye Queen a happy birthday on her birthday as well. Although I see Jade is the first to jump on it. Thank you, Jade.
Before we close out, I did forget to mention my name. It's not just Faye Queen, and it's going to be on Twitch. It's the Whimsical Faye Queen on Twitch.
Make sure you put the link so I can put it in the chat. I will be on tomorrow night with the lovely Hara Emirata. And if you guys, that's when I will be ready to talk about it, because I wanted to save that for the animal show, because it's going to be a very long story and a lot of stuff. And again, that's why you didn't see me on for a hot minute, because I was telling Fake Queen all about it, and I gave her the abridged version. So it's going to be a very long conversation. That is going to be a very painful conversation. So tomorrow night, make sure you bring your tissues, because we got
He made
a lot.
me cry, you guys. She doesn't
It,
know it, but I was teared up.
so I never seen Fake Queen so quiet in my life, and she was, because I don't think you ever seen me cry like that, have you?
No, but I was just listening to you.
Yeah, most folks don't see me cry, but as I said multiple times, I knew, and I've said it on this channel, I've said it on my streams. I'll be prepared for the day Zoro dies, but no matter how much I prepare for it, I'm going to be a fucking mess for a while. And
I think that's with any pet. I have an idea of how I'd like to, if the doctor told me tomorrow, like, okay, you need to put down your dog, and I know I have a plan. Am I ever going to be prepared for it? Absolutely not.
That's the one thing,
Nope.
and I'll just leave this. I wish I could have given Zoro a last day. That is for sure. I would have let him eat whatever the hell he wanted. I would have let him get on the counters, everything. But I'll talk about it tomorrow night. So you see me tomorrow evening with Hara Murata for the Star Murata Animal Show. Tuesday we'll be drawing. I have so much Inktober to catch up on now.
Damn, baby.
So much. And then you will see my latest uploads this week. And otherwise, guys, they're always around. Oh, I know, honey. I've got my own little graveyard up in my room. Oh,
Aw.
She
Hey,
turned
I wish
over. She's on her stomach now.
I wish I could sleep like that.
but so yeah, guys, for all my followers that'll be there tomorrow night, just I'm gonna tell you right now, make sure you have tissues ready, because apparently a lot of people I made them tear up with what I said, and we're going. I gotta prepare her Emirata, because she doesn't know yet that that's what I'm gonna be talking about tomorrow. But I think she's probably gonna have an idea. Well, because Emirata just lost her 17-year-old dog 2 weeks ago.
17. Oof.
17.
Wow.
I would have felt so blessed if Zoro had made it to 15. He was a half year shy of it. But since we weren't quite sure his age when I got him, I've been saying he's 15. He was technically 14 and a half, but that sounds very middle school, so I say 15. But either way, guys, that is about all. Girls, is there anything else you want to sign off with?
No, that's it.
Donate to my diaper fund.
Yes. Babies poop a lot.
They do.
But otherwise,
I would know,
guys,
as a former baby myself.
I know as somebody who's changed a lot of diapers. So have a great night, everybody. We love you all. Be safe. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your absolute HD stream. And remember, don't be Jada Pinkett Smith. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.